All right. I'm also live.
Excellent. I am I'm downloading an OBS plugin as we speak. Don't worry about it. This might break my OBS. Who cares? Yeah. Finish. Job done. All right. Wow, that is horrific. Hold on. I do actually have to close the YouTube stream because I was using a new function and I did not know how it was going to show up, and it showed up badly and terrible. Badly and terrible. We're going just
it's okay. I went live with all of the old information from the stream.
That's my fucking
yesterday.
guy. That's my fucking guy right there. Okay. Yep. So now we are officially live on stream. Hello, Troper. Hello, everybody who's waiting. At 5 minutes on the clock, I'm setting the free redeems into the atmosphere. Jomi Bug, thank you for the Prime sub. Hello, Elikman. Hello, Little Mixed Doom. Let me hit the dock button. We have with us today beloved co-host Veggiewagon, who is a little ghost of Christmas pasty, but that's all right. Who isn't on a Thursday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is all of the equipment that I need is not in this house, so
who needs equipment, you know?
Right.
Vound, I believe, is the actual team up name. It's either Vound or it's Veggiewagon, or I guess Veggiewagon.
I think, no, this is definitely Edgehound.
Edgehound. We're cutting the V off for nothing. It's just going into the fucking ether. We need to ask an important question. If Veggiewagon is alive, who is crewing him? Veggie, response?
I mean, aren't you the crew guy? That's why this works.
Oh, true. Yes, I'm puppeting you. Yeah. Oh no, the chat is crewing. Chat is crewing you.
Also, I feel like we've misled your viewers here, because I think that a big draw for having me here and doing these card reviews is that I'm in the process of getting hired by Wizards.
Right. That's a very important and critical part of it. Yes.
I did not get the job.
You didn't get the job, but also I was in a spoiler stream and one of our beloved authors said, man, they should have had me on Lorwyn. I would have evergreened Wither. So yikes. There's levels to this.
Mm-hmm. But let me I got to pretty much the final tiny bit where they have like 5 people left or whatever, and they go, this one. I don't. It was very close. They said it had to do something with like negative influencer commentary or something that I didn't get in.
Talk too much shit. They heard you talking shit about Spider-Man. Pedgman, you have not missed the free slots. The free slots go up in 1 minute. I'm doing the manual ad break, then we're doing free slots, then we're getting into the cards.
But yeah, it also would have meant that I could not do content anymore, and that was pretty big for me. So I don't know that I would have taken it had it been offered, but now you all know that I am a fraud, and that my opinions hold no weight.
No weight at all.
None.
Yeah, if Veggie got hired, I do not think we could ever have him on a custom card stream again. I don't think we could have people pay money, have you look cards, say thing about cards.
To look at fake cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would probably have an issue with that.
Satanic Slumber Party, are you asking about a deck roast or are you asking about a card review? Because for deck roasting, the post-purchase message has a Google form for you to fill out. Custom card review. There is We have a free Discord you can enter. I am pulling up that Discord link for you. Within that Discord, there is a channel called Dear Malltown. Within that channel, there is a thread called October 16th Custom Card Review. You go to that thread, you input your card, and that's how we do it. Did you tell Veggie that Trinket Mage was a liar? Well, I don't even think Trinket Mage was a liar, right? You guys were liars. You guys lied to me about what Trinket Mage lied about. They told me that Trinket Mage said that WotC closed the survey early, which they did not. Or maybe they closed it early, but that they closed it after like an hour and a half.
So I saw something about that, but
on God, the survey was closed the first time I clicked it. I promise. Why do you click like a liar? Wizard design teams aren't even allowed to be able to view forums about custom cards just in case something ends up similar to someone's design. Shady Shroomies. Okay, so like there had to be a way to word the negative content question that gave them the data they wanted, but with a not dog shit wording. I don't even think, and Veggie, I'll pass it to you, but I don't even think the wording was that dog shit. I just think the order of the questions made me like. Here's an allegory. When I was purchasing a firearm, they asked a lot of demographics questions. Now, you might be thinking of a ton of reasonable ways they could ask you demographics information. Is that reasonable way to ask me, am I purchasing this firearm to commit a felony? Question 2, are you purchasing it for somebody else to commit a felony? Number 3, are you Hispanic? Number 4, back to questions about the use of the firearm. That I'm not fucking with you. I am not fucking with you. The question about are you Hispanic was in a totally different section than every other like ethnic demographics question, and it was in with the are you gonna shoot somebody with this gun when we sell it to you? And that was what happened with the WotC survey. Is like I think it was a reasonable question, and just they were leading the witness, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's shit. Yeah, I don't know how they would word that on like, or if they, I think they just needed to ask it more generally, because then they also would have gotten better data. Because like that's so leading as well. Like what things, if any, led to your negative perception of the set ahead of its release, something like that. Because if content creators actually had some sort of influence over that, then that is what people would say. They'd be like, Malltown told me that spiders are shit, and I didn't buy any of your cardboard. And then they would never continue to work with you. And they just need to word it more broadly.
Well, Shady, they did ask that too, was the thing. Like the order the questions went was, how did you engage with Spider-Man before its release? And they had all the different avenues by which they advertised it, and one of the options was, I watch content creators. And then the next question was, who? And then the next question was, how did negative content creator commentary influence your purchasing behavior? So that's what made it so funny. Because it's all reasonable stuff they should want to know. It's all stuff they should want to know. Like, how heavily are influencers affecting your perception of sets compared to our advertisements, compared to like the influencers we hire, compared to the streams that we do, yada da 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 da.
Oh yeah, the do you have more money to spend on Magic cards?
Yeah.
Also, maybe they just put the influencer question on there to bury that one. They're like, we actually need this data, but we don't want it to stick out, so put some other shit on there.
Yeah, those questions were funny as fuck. There was one question that was like, did you not spend money on Spider-Man to spend money on other Magic stuff? Please say yes. Please? Pretty please. This has to be an angry person doing it. That's what I think. I think it was like a mid-level social media manager who just came out of a meeting and was angry as hell. Who the fuck are you? Okay, that has to be Bam.
Honestly, so my video today probably did more damage to people buying Ninja Turtles than anything I said about Spider-Man, since I wrapped the entire thing.
Oh no.
Nerd Girl is on a trip, which means that all of my content has gone totally off the rails. Yesterday, I did an extended bit on the movie Spring Breakers. And today was a fully wrapped short.
Hey man, guess who's opening that right now? Live react content with you.
Oh god.
Come here. Come here, you little son of a bitch. Decked out EDH. Shorts. Let me see this. Oh my god, a Bebop and Rocksteady video.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's how you build Bebop and Rocksteady, but they have a little rap from their comic as their flavor text. So when Bebop and Rocksteady block or attack, you discard a card or a permanent sack. 7 power for 3. That's a real...
I got one sentence in. I got one sentence in. That's Veg and M over here. Target player, thank you for the 100-bit cheer to Decked Out.
Good rate means you only paid 2 for this henge. That's great. First turn elves, turn 2 don't falter. 4 mana, 8 power. Turn 3 play Galta. A high power creature sets up nice for a contest of claws or a windswift slice. If you need more mana, I got an answer. Sacrifice the boys to Ruthless Technomancer and leave them in the graveyard. It'll be worth it. A single black mana, they're back. Unearth it. Mutants draw Genova Ancient Calamity.
This is
Commander
fire.
Turn 1 if you cast
This is
Dark
fire
Lady.
as hell.
But if the cards on Arena are different from Inked, this will be the second time they've been legally distinct. You know, because Bebop and Rocksteady were originally supposed to be in TMNT2, The Secret of the Used, but because of a likely licensing issue, instead they created Taka and Razar for this movie. Ninja, rap.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Here's how you build
I was like,
Bebop
yeah,
and
sure.
Rocksteady,
This
but
is
they
gonna
have
be
little rap
this is
from
gonna
their
be a
comic as
banger
their
where I
flavor text.
poorly wrap
So
the
when
entire
Bebop
thing
and
and then
Rocksteady
also do
block or
a
attack,
deep
Deep
TMNT
lore
80s video lore dump at the end.
I liked, commented, and copied the link. God bless you. That's awesome. All right, who wants to look at custom cards?
Yeah.
I have no idea what a 3-stream streak is, but thank all of you for claiming it. All right, everybody. So this one is going to be a little bit different than normal because based on me looking at the clock time of the last custom card review we did with Veggie, I have provided him with theoretical Quaaludes. These are fake Quaaludes that I yelled at him before we got on the call. And we have a difference between a review and a glow-up. A review is we look at your card, we tell you what we think of your card, and we tell you if the card is horrible. We do not tell you how to make it better. I am not allowing him to. Veggie will try because he loves you all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very smart. But I cannot allow him to. I cannot allow him to. On the glow-up, I will allow him to some degree. He will be able to talk at length. He will not be given 20 minutes on a single card, but he will be given the leash to talk a little bit. I forgot to do point redeems because I'm an idiot. I'm turning them on now. Hold on. How many are going for sale? Not that many. Power-ups and channel points. Point redeems are open. Mauled, help me not doom spiral with 2, possibly 3 sets next year being short sets designed for pick 2. It seems draft as a format might be dead. With Pioneer, Legacy, Draft all going away from Magic and everything is standard, how will this game survive? I think draft being dead is a deep exaggeration of pick 2. I haven't played pick 2 for Spider-Man. I'm going to try it for Turtles. I think it's worse. But saying the formats are dead because they're not getting support is an overstatement, to be sure.
Yeah, like the players that want to draft will draft. And even though pick 2 is a decidedly worst form of draft, it's like way more accessible to people that have not done draft before. Like, it's so easy to have a terrible time if you have little like draft experience playing like 8-person pick one, but the pick two is designed in a way that you have a good time for the more casual people, and then they will be inclined to try the other ones.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. I didn't think of it that way. Because it's, again, like, if we have 3 sets that are pick 2, then we have 4 sets that are normal draft, and we have 3 sets that are set up to be an on-ramp to normal drafting, and then 4 sets that are meant to be, like, what you on-ramp into.
Yeah. Yeah, like, pick 2 is never meant to be as good or as deep as the other one. It's supposed to be worse, but it's supposed to be easier.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, custom cards. First up, we have Glass Geo Glow Up Review. They have different art styles for each card. So we're gonna start on the first one, which is Harry Dresden, Wizard of Chicago. These are 4 cards. They all have the same text. I am an avid lover of the Dresden Files, so I am very excited. So this is Harry Dresden, Wizard of Chicago. 1 and is it for a 3/3. When he attacks, you may collect evidence XX. When you do, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn costs X less to cast. Death Curse. When he dies, you can exile him instead and pay black. If you do, you may exile target non-human creature. And then he is partnered with Karen Murphy Special Investigations.
Okay. Well, I feel like we have to see that then, right?
Yeah. If it's going to be... Alright, Karen Murphy is blue-white, 2/2. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a counter on her. Whenever an opponent commits a crime, investigate. Partner with Harry Dresden.
Okay, let me get your face out of the way so that I can read this.
Fucked up.
Okay.
Fine, move that second line, I swear to God.
I gotta go over this one more time.
A lot of text.
Harry dies, you exile him instead and pay 1 black, exile target non-human creature. This is kinda sick.
Ooh!
This is kind of sick. It's been a while since I read the Dresden Files. I think it is maybe the last book I ever read.
They got a new one coming out in like January. The latest one.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Did you ever? Sorry, I know. You're gonna have to cut me at some point. But did you see the TV series they made out of this?
I did not. I've seen a lot of fan casts for resurrecting the TV series, but I have not seen the actual TV series.
It's just like an extended season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where it's like, hey, this will probably get good at some point.
Oh, eventually.
But yes, this card, I think this is it's a good representation of these characters, and it's a good job of like, okay, the partners doing kind of opposite things, yet still like playing off each other.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little worried about the first line on Harry Dresden at first, but it's gated to once per attack. So yeah, I'm on board with this. I think the rates are fine too.
Interesting. And chat appears to believe that whenever an opponent commits a crime, investigate would cause the multiverse to collapse. What are your opinions on that specifically?
I mean, it depends on what we already have a card that's whenever an opponent commits a crime, proliferate, which I think is worse. I think is more of a problem than this ability would be.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So I think if that card is okay to exist in the world, and that, as far as I can tell, has not caused any of the problems that people thought it would, then this is fine.
People, I do think most players believe that like being attacked by somebody is a crime. People aren't criming that often.
Right? Your threat assessment is bad. That's a crime. I'm not the problem. I'm going to make a clue for that.
You tapped your mana suboptimally. That's a crime. Okay. I'm at peace with that. Let me pull up the next one, which is Okay, so we don't think these need fixes.
I don't think these need fixes.
Okay, hold on. I have to. I have to stab time in the fucking chest. Oh no, a 2-mana commander who's a consistent source of clues, like Wernog, Ryder's Chaplain? The Orzov Flicker guy who shits clues every turn?
Or what's his face? Simic guy that.
Oh, Lonus?
Lonus, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating. You killed something. I get a clue, and we already have these in the world. Like, we got...
Like, clues are bad.
Yes.
Like everybody gets scared because it's like, ooh, a token. It's like one of the worst tokens.
Yeah,
it's totally fine for you to just generate 1 billion of these.
It is an artifact token in blue-white, which does get fucked up, but you have to jump through so many hoops for it to get really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I say this because I've seen a player's deck to commit 6+ crimes a turn, and that person should be punished. That is a bad deck, and they should be hurt for it. Anyway, Michael Carpenter. So there's, okay, apparently this one has a miracle option and a non-miracle option. Either way, it's an adventure creature. Duty Calls, instant adventure. Put a +1/+1 counter and a shield counter on target creature you control, and it has a miracle for 1. And then it's a 4-mana creature that has vigilance, and creatures you control have protection from black. A miracle of 2. And he's a 2/5.
Miracle on the adventure and the creature. And like, none of the abilities here are egregious.
Mm-hmm. And then it looks like the no miracle option, everything is just 1 less.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Yeah. It's not saucy. It's not saucy.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Like, the miracle is the cool part. I am just doing a quick mental check to make sure that, because that's not been done before. An adventure with a miracle cost has never been done before, and I'm just doing the mental check of like, this doesn't break anything, right? And
Anemone brings up, if you drew this. Could you go Miracle, Duty Calls, Miracle Creature back to back? Or is it only at the point of drawing the card?
No, this is like, yeah, the game is not able to identify that this was the card that you drew first. So you could only choose one of the miracle options, and you could not go Adventure Miracle, also Creature Miracle. Okay,
so you would have to pick one of the two. I think it is appropriate that he has a miracle cost, given him being a Knight of the Cross in the books and him like showing up at the perfect moment.
Yeah, I think the only thing that doesn't do it for me here is the miracle spells are supposed to be big and flashy, so it's like exciting that a big thing has happened, thanks to your luck. And I don't like this. The adventure definitely doesn't do that for me. And like the creature a little bit more so. So I think the only thing is I would prefer for this to like either have a big chunky adventure that has a bigger effect for the miracle cost, or some way to tie this together on what chat was already thinking on like being able to do both things if you hit for miracle.
I found a dime on the ground. It's a miracle. That is very fair. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I thought about making it an omen instead of an adventure, but in Commander, omen seems much worse. That is true. But yeah, I agree that the Duty Calls is extremely safe, is not very exciting, although shout out for a little miracle pun.
Yeah. My last thing on this, and if you bring up Omen, then I think you make that much more interesting because they have not explored this space at all. If it has an omen, and then the creature part cares if you've cast the omen this game.
That would be interesting.
Then you can, yeah.
Okay, so what type of, since this is a glow up, what type of miracle would you want to see from? Because you are familiar with the books. So what type of miracle?
It's been a while.
All right, he's a guy who prays and cuts demons in half. What type of miracle would you feel is thematically appropriate? Like, what broad mana values are we playing? Are we talking like a 5 mana sorcery? Are we talking like an 8 mana sorcery that kills everybody?
No. I got you.
Okay.
The creature does not have miracle. The adventure only has miracle. The spell is you may cast any number of creatures on adventure, or you may cast any number of spells that are on an adventure without paying their mana costs this turn.
Holy fuck! That's kind of sick, actually.
That's the thing, because it's got to be big and flashy. It then ties into itself to allow you to play it off of hitting its own miracle adventure.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And that's a big thing with the Knights of the Cross in the story. So it's like this big fucked up, I have like a Jeskai Adventures deck, and then everybody on an adventure converges for the climax of the book. Ooh, yep. That's hot. I like that a lot. Okay, and then last, we have Thomas Wraith, Fierce Lover, an Orzov 2/2 with Flash and Soul Bond. As long as Thomas is paired with another creature, they each get +2/+2. If the creature's a human, they also have 2 mana, sack this creature, target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. You gotta yell yes or no for the VOD. You can't go You can't...
Oh yeah. It's, you gotta. I have like no time to process this, but
exactly. Come on, snap, snap.
All right, do it again. Read it again.
All right, we have Thomas Wraith, Fierce Lover, and Orzov 2/2 with Flash and Soul Bond. As long as Thomas is paired with another creature, each of those creatures gets +2/+2. If that creature is a human, they also have 2 mana, sacrifice this creature, target creature gains indestructible until end of turn.
No,
why no?
No. This is fine if it's a commander only product. This is entirely too much value for any sort of constructed. This is a 2 mana flashed 4/4 that also boosts another thing that also gives it an ability.
I'm so happy you said that, because now that we're at the end of the 5, I can reveal that Glass Geo and I made these cards together, and when we were making Thomas Wraith, I said, fuck the draft players. I said, fuck draft, this shit is for a commander deck. And then we shipped that line of text.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so cannot be in a draft format. How would you feel about it?
This cannot be in any format.
Can be in constructed format.
Too much.
It's too much. Holy shit! The 2 mana 4/4 is too much, Geo. He fucking got us.
No. Hold on. Let's be. This represents 2 mana plus 6 to the board. You will put a 4/4 onto the board, and you've also boosted your stupid whatever you played on your first turn.
Okay.
Like like Cecil or whatever, your 1-drop black 2/3 is now a 4/5 swinging. This is.
Okay, so for the fix perspective then, because when we were working on this, the biggest thing was like, Thomas Wraith doesn't have a lot of shit going on. Most of his appearance in the books is he fights good. And so I was like, fuck it, make people fight really good. And then so if this was +1/+1, would it blow the world in half? Or is that still unacceptable?
+1/+1 is much better.
If we made it 3 mana +1/+1, is then that like rubber stamp?
See, I think the problem is that he boosts himself. And you just can't you can't have a 2 mana flash 4/4.
Right, so if he was
So,
a
like,
3-mana flash 3/3.
Three mana flash 3/3, you're fine, and this probably doesn't see any constructive.
Right,
play.
that's the. What if he was a 3-mana flash 4/4?
How about this is the way that I would adjust this, because you want him to fight good, and big number is one way to represent fight good, but also we have first strike in white that, and I think that also plays really well with flash.
Okay.
And then you tone down the numbers, so like, keep him as 2 mana. Flash pairs gives first strike and like +1, so that he still is helping you win the fight, but he is not murdering your opponents at like a crazy pace.
Mach 11? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That makes more sense to me.
Okay, I can get behind that. And then Gio was also asking for art reviews, because these were all blank when we worked on them. So for Harry, I like bottom left. For Karen, I like the right. For Michael Carpenter, I like the showcase look. And then for Thomas Wraith, I like the one on the left. Are just my personal art votes. And then
you're wrong on the Harry Dresden one. The other one's better. And then Michael Carpenter has to have the miracle treatment. That's it.
That's it. But Gio, thank you for submitting. And there were a few small changes. I think only the miracle stuff on Michael Carpenter, because we hadn't talked about that at all. But I think everything else we had discussed. All right, next we have Raven Art. This is a normal review, so you don't get to fix. You don't get to fix. You only get to perceive. Dragon's Tech on YouTube said, give Thomas flash, first strike, and death touch if we're gonna fuck the draft players. Do it properly. I agree. Also flying. First, we have Jax Icathia's Last Light, a Boros 1/2 with first strike. When he attacks alone, he gets +2/+0 gains flying until end of turn. When he attacks with one or more other creatures, untap him. Then he gets +0/+2 and gains hexproof until end of turn.
Nope.
No. It's too weak, right? It's just way too weak.
It's it's a little pushed.
Little tiny bit pushed.
Little tiny bit. Yeah, that's
it.
I can't say more.
Is it pushed for commander or just pushed for 60 card or like limited?
I mean, it's pushed outside of commander. These numbers don't scale well for commander. But I also don't think that this is built. This is clearly not a card for commander, like just by the design of it. I'm trying so hard to be a good boy.
Be a good boy. Thank you. All right. Next we have. I think it's fine, but I'm an idiot. Next we have Moakai Twisted Treant, a 6-mana 2/6 landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may sack it. When you do, create 2 1/1 black and green plant creature tokens with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. Then that player loses 3 life. You can also tap to exile a land card from a graveyard, and if you do, gain 4 life.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this. We have not seen a landfall ability that has like kind of a one charge on it like this. I think the rate is pretty appropriate. And this is cool and gives me some flavor on a character that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, that is true. I guess my head was worried about. I was like, oh my god, anytime they sacrifice a land, but it's not, because it's just landfall. Actually, I do like that. Landfall, I don't get the land, I get this different thing instead. I get a land goes to graveyard trigger, and then I get these 1/1s that make you hate your life.
Right.
I like that. That's cool, Raven.
Yeah,
and I think that
as far as I can tell, there's no way to like cheat this by the way that it's worded. The land's gotta get sacked if you want the thing.
Yeah, I mean, the foulest thing you could do with this is like, oh, Moakai comes out, I escape shift, I sack all of them, and then I hope to God the 1/1s can connect, and if they don't, I have no lands on the field. Yeah, I like that a lot. Next, we have Hecarim, Treacherous Knight, a 4-mana 4/4 with Start Your Engines. Oh, Veggie's gonna be angry.
Yes.
Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain 1 life. Then if you've achieved maximum speed, that player loses 1 life. And at maximum speed, Hecarim has Trample and Lifelink.
I mean, it's boring. Sorry.
Oh, but he liked the landfall thing.
I did.
Sorry about it. You're a lame. I think we've seen this one before, and previously this was player lost 1 life and you gained 1 every time any of your things hit, and Elk almost died on stream seeing that. And so this one was taken back, I think, a fair bit to only give you the life gain. I just don't understand why Hecarim's gaining life from a gameplay focus, because I've been trying to convert Veggie to a league and I've been failing. In the game, Hecarim just like he heals with his W. I mean, most champions have some form of healing. We don't see life gain on like every single champion though. The damage he deals, Hecarim W does a lot of healing from damage. I've never once in my life watched a Hecarim heal. I've only watched them disembowel me. So I feel like that's fine. If you just give him lifelink off something, that's fine. I feel like Hecarim's, as someone who doesn't play Hecarim, Hecarim's main thing is not healing.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that. It's
I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna get you playing. We're gonna get you playing this fucking game, I swear to God. Next, we have Yumi, the most annoying fucking creature in this game. Jeskai is the right color for that. 2 mana 1/2 with Bestow and Lifelink. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may pay 1. When you do, attach Yumi to target creature you control as if it was cast using Bestow. Enchanted creature gets +1/+2 and has Lifelink.
That's an interesting ability. That like initial thought is cool.
Mm-hmm. I think it's neat. I feel like and unfortunately this is perfect Yumi flavor, is the initial thought is neat, and then the end point is just, oh, my guy hits a little harder. Okay, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna spin the block on this. Jace's cat, you can't just call something AI art because it has smooth edges. We have an artist credit on the fucking card. Like, AI art has smooth edges. Real life artists will use smooth edges. We can't just go, oh, that motherfucker's like, smooth. That motherfucker's yeah, like that's the literal Yumi splash art. So if Riot is using AI art behind the scenes and then crediting AI to their official artists, but we can't keep like, AI art is gonna have similarities to real art because AI art is trained by robbing real artists. Anyway. Next one. Zilian, Akathia's Chrono Keeper, a 4-mana Jeskai 2/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. Then if 3 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, tap target creature an opponent controls. 4 and tap until end of turn, target legendary creature you control gains. When this creature dies, exile it instead. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
God, and you're going to be a Zillion player in League, too. That's fucking awful. That's fucking awful.
These are are pretty balanced. They do some interesting things, and I don't know, it feels flavorful, again, as someone that has no idea who this character is.
Yeah, I like the flavor on this one, I think, the most. I think Yumi's close as well, but this is one of the most, like, this is Zilian gameplay loop, most Zilian gameplay loop I have ever fucking seen. I refuse to spend 3 mana on an instant or sorcery. You would never cast Stock Up in your life? What's wrong with you? You wouldn't consult the star charts? What's wrong with you?
Tangents are kind of what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
I built a mono blue standard deck, and I cut Stock Up from it.
Dog, why? What? You're gonna have to turn your card in at the next meeting. What the fuck what was good enough? A spirit?
Hydro-Man.
Hydro-Man. Hydro-Man Fluid Felon. Oh, I mean, I guess you get control mana for it. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't, it's not Stock Up mana. It's not an instant.
Mm-hmm.
You can never use
it's not tempo mana. You're always trying to reclaim the fucking joy of Mono Blue Pioneer.
That deck is running Tempest Djinn. That is according to one person, me, that is playable in current standard. Good anyway, Lord. That's all I have for there.
Tift, my sibling in Adonalcium. I understand Kicker doesn't count towards mana cost or CMC. The wording says if you spent 3 or more mana to cast the spell. I believe Kicker counts towards that.
Yep.
Me when I read incredibly hard. Next, we have Siren from the early normal review drops. So Fabled is a keyword that says whenever this creature deals combat damage to anything, put a bounty counter on it. Fuck GG, ban me? Yeah, I got you, don't worry. GG Tift. Respect. I respect you going down for it. Peter Kennedy, call sign Diplomat. 1 and a red for a 1/1 with flying, haste, and Fabled. At the beginning of each combat, if this creature has 5 or more bounty counters on it, other creatures you control gain first strike, and it's partnered with a 2 and a black Evelyn London call sign Comic, a 1/1 with flying, death touch, and Fabled. And at the beginning of each combat, if this creature has 5 or more bounty counters on it, other creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn. So once I get 5 counters on both my guys, you are never fucking swinging at me or blocking me ever again.
This is Fabled is get a counter when it hits.
When it deals combat damage to anything, yeah. So when it hits.
To anything.
Yeah.
To anything.
Now they are 1/1s, so they're not going to be that great at getting the counters off of creatures.
Wow. And they have to hold them themselves. This is fine. I think the ways that I was expecting this to be overtuned are not.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a good time.
This seems neat. If anything, I think I would not freak out if you punched it up a little bit. But maybe the punch up should be like stat line on the payoff too, because this does kind of seem like I have a bunch of really shitty creatures that you just can't block. But unless there are a lot of good hit payoffs in the deck, then this is kind of like, okay, I get to keep hitting you for 1 every turn.
Yeah, the only thing is I think you've made it a little too easy to get in. I would prefer the first one to have to keep its flying, and the other one to not have flying, to have death touch.
I like that.
Because death touch is still a deterrent for blocking.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Little Mix Doom, Legendary Land Cycle from their Hollow Knight set, basic review. White Palace, a white land. For 1 white and tap, put a counter on a creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. If you do put a stun counter on this land, I was out until the last line. Where are you, Veggie? Ooh.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I was gonna freak the fuck out if you could do that every turn, though. I was gonna lose my fucking mind on this stream if you did not stun counter that land. I like that effect. That's cool.
Yeah, I see that. So, what Grumpy says, why not exert on this? And I actually prefer this because you have some different, like, white does like to play around with counters more, and that gives you some interesting like interactions with this versus exert.
Yeah. I do think I like it. I like it as stun counters too. White gets to do freak shit with their counters. Next, we have Teacher's Archive, a legendary land that adds blue, but for 2 mana and tapping, you can draw a card, then put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your library. If you do, put a stun counter on this land. Oh, yeah, I can't. Veggie's making the combo short in his head already. I swear to fucking God.
I mean, what? Yeah, River Song loves this.
No. I have it. I have the win combo. I have the win combo. You ready?
Yeah.
Teacher's Archive, Tunnel Vision, Thassa's Oracle.
I mean, or the other things that you put with us.
No. It's only this. It only works with this. It only works with Tunnel Vision. I think that's fine. I think that's cute. Yeah, you hate discarding. You'll get over it. But I think that's cute and fair.
I think if Thoracle didn't exist, this card is awesome, and then it would have its reputation ruined by being like one of the primary ways to win with Thoracle.
Yep. Next, we have Beast's Den, a black land that for 2 and a black and tap, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If you do, put a stun counter on this land. Oh. I think that's perfect, because the moment I get to like 3 colors, I'm never playing this shit. How you feel?
I almost want to say you can tune this up. You could drop this to like 2 mana.
I would agree, because this is this is not even an effect I'm excited to put in a black deck or a 2-color deck. This is just, I'm like, well, it's better than a fucking swamp. So
like it's a solid ability, but yeah, if we're holding this to only once every other turn, then I'd drop the cost.
Yeah. All right, next we got the green one, Queen's Gardens. Green land, or for 4 mana and tapping this land, you can double something's power and toughness, and you stun counter it.
Yeah.
Don't yeah.
Yeah.
Don't yeah. I don't know what I expected. Of course it's doubling. I think it's fair, unfortunately. 10 mana and I'm in. I agree with Blue Pengy. We did mention...
almost... Go on.
We did mention that these could exert instead, but we both think it's cooler that they're stun counters to allow for decks that get freaky with moving counters around.
Yeah. I do think it is tough for this to be on an instant speed ability. I think this one I would prefer for it to be sorcery speed. Being able to do that as a combat trick for anything makes this significantly more powerful.
That's very true. And in that same vein, it should cost 10 mana.
Yeah, if you take off the part about the stun counter and make it instant speed, then 10 mana.
Right, and then it's 13 mana. Next, we have the red one, Hollow Nest Crown, a red land for 5 mana and tap. Shuffle your library, then exile the top card of your library. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If you do, put a stun counter on the land. Oh, you're single-handedly trying to fix Red's reputation in Commander. Holy fuck.
And you gave black return a creature from grave to hand for 3 mana?
We gave the red land fucking Urza text, and we gave the black land, I don't know, man, rehandimate. I don't know, man. Draw a card. Draw pseudo discard. That's so fucking funny.
I'm gonna say I like this ability. This is a cool and very red ability. It's gotta cost more mana than that.
I agree. I do think, especially like the moment you combine this with like black and you have tutor to top of library. The moment you combine this with blue and you have like put stuff, the moment you have any level, and you even get that in colors, the moment you have any level of top deck manipulation, this gets pretty gross.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we have, but these are all very cool ideas. I like all the ideas. Next we have Madra's cards. This is for another custom commander deck. First up, we have L, the Dusk. Okay, hold on. For Big Kahuna on TikTok, you couldn't put something on top since it's in the middle of the ability resolving. Well, that's true. You do have to shuffle, actually. My brain just skipped fully over the shuffle. That's not as bad, then. Yeah, top deck doesn't help. Never mind. But if you cheat while you shuffle. Ooh. Anyway, we have L the Dusk. Mardu 06 with Defender. You may cast gods, demigods, and creature spells with Defender as though they had flash. This is where I'm gonna first fucking vine boom you goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh designer, because I know this is part of a deck. We are gonna see the 99 today. We're only gonna see 2 other cards. I swear to fuck, Madra, if every single creature in this deck is a god, demigod, or a spell with Defender, I'm gonna get you, Madra. Anyway. You tap, goad target creature you don't control. It gains double strike for as long as it remains goaded. Whenever 2 or more creatures that aren't goaded attack, untap L. Do this only once each turn.
Without any bias as to what may or may not be in the full deck, this is a yes for me.
This is a yes for you.
Yes. Pretending I have, I do not know that there is a full deck that may or may not break this card. This by itself, yup. Yeah, it's the gods, demigods, Defender are all things that I'm okay with having flash. The ones that exist already.
The ones that exist right now, yes.
Yep.
I like it. I think double strike on goad is cool. Yeah, I think literally all of my concerns about this card are concerns about what's going to happen in the rest of the 99 that make this infinitely more foul than it currently is. If this could just be introduced into Magic as it currently exists by itself, sick.
Yes.
Next, we have Divine Crown Heliosphere, a 10-mana battle. Except, wait, it has affinity for creatures with Defender. I wonder how many of those there are. It also has lifelink. When this enters, it deals X damage to each non-god, non-demigod creature, you motherfucker, where X is the total number of creatures on the battlefield. Whenever 1 or more creatures attack, this battle deals damage to each of those creatures equal to the number of attacking creatures.
Ew.
Uh-huh. That's an appropriate noise. That's an appropriate noise. It doesn't kill your... Oh, Alec, man, I'm sorry. Do you think the Defenders aren't going to be gods or demigods? I'm sorry. Are we laboring under the delusion that we're not going to have demigod Defenders? Okay. So I think... Big thing that has affinity, not hating, is a board wipe, one-sided board wipe that gains me a bunch of life. That's already really good. This is already like Blasphemous Act with lifelink by itself type of life gain. And then we have an extremely harsh stacks effect on top of it.
Yeah, and the stacks effect, it stops the thing that you need to do to get this off the board.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one I feel like this one feels like too much to me.
Yeah, because you're certainly like playing this at a good discount, and then it protects itself until it's gained you 1 billion life.
Mm-hmm. All right, next we have Rings of the Radiant. A Mardu legendary enchantment artifact. Tap 2 untapped creatures with Defender and or legendary permanents you control. Copy target spell or ability that targets only a creature. Copy that spell or ability for each other creature of its controller sharing a color with it that the spell or ability could target activate only during combat. This is...
What?
I'm beefing. No, hey. I'm going to be so real with you, Veggie. Read that as this is just Zata text. All of these restrictions are fake and will not hold up. So it is allegedly Zata text if for creatures that share a color. So you can do it with combat tricks. And then we just have a defender banner on the back of it. Oh, but it gives everything vigilance. So you always have creatures with defender to tap because all of your things have vigilance.
Yeah. Even if I was taking this like out of the custom full deck context, you could just not have this. You just can't have it. Because like the most basic, hey, tap some legendary stuff that you have is already super broken. Like Relic of Legends constantly showing up in combo decks, constantly showing up in everything. For as far as commander goes, every single permanent is legendary all of the time. There's there's no like restrictions on this that are worth anything.
It's also just so freaky even without giving it, like, at least without giving everything vigilance. There's a hoop to jump through. Yeah, Iron Brew, but Zata is limited to being a mono red goblin. This is... Yeah, no. All right.
This is cool at like double the price.
Yeah. Next we have Alec Man's Glow Up review cards. We have Junie, Traveler in Darkness, a 4-mana Esper 2/3 with lifelink. When you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, make a 1/1 Black Spirit enchantment creature token with flying. Constellation. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, up to 1 non-land permanent phases out. Oh. That's not cute. Do you think that's cute, Veggie?
Of course I do.
God damn.
Of course I think it's cute.
So annoying.
Give me more phase out all the time.
It's just so... The art's hilarious. I don't think it's broken. I think it is horrifically exhausting to play against. Because this says, opt, you don't have an attacker anymore. Every spell I cast is also March of Swirling Mist, you dumb bitch. That's...
Yeah. Like, in reality, this card just has to have no other upside. Like, that ability by itself is already powerful enough, already a huge build around, that you just print this at, like, 4 mana, 2/3, has the Constellation ability. Done. And it would still play, like, very well.
Yeah, and it would just rip. Whereas right now it's getting do literally whatever. You will get your enchantment fall, and your enchantment fall will nope anybody that ever thinks of doing anything bad to you. Oh, so okay, so your proposed fix is cut. If we want to have this constellation thing, we cut everything but the constellation thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you could do like a once per turn thing, but that's I don't like that as an option. Like, you know, let people dream, but that ability by itself is just so strong that you can't put much else on this thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Then...
Also, why does this have 4 types?
I don't know. She's a freak. She's a mutant. Let her be an X-Man. What's wrong with you? Oh, it's based off of it's based off a D&D
an elf or
it's based off a D&D character. That's how it always works. That's how it always works.
TMNT is also wrong.
Next, we have Scrag Rat, the Loon King, a 4-mana 1/5 with Babbling Wand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may target a creature you control with an activated ability, oh god, that costs 1 or more mana to activate. If you do, and the amount of mana required to activate that ability is equal to or less than the amount of mana spent to cast the instant or sorcery spell, you may activate the ability without paying its mana cost. Go. Go.
Yeah, give me a whole...
It's you have activated ability that costs 3 to activate. I cast a 4-mana spell, I get to trigger the activated ability for free, or activate the activated ability for free.
Ah.
Ah! Ah!
Ah. I think you already have like a huge issue, because that is, if respectfully to everybody, I've read a lot of Magic cards. There's a lot of Magic card text in my brain. If I can't figure out what this card does in the first read,
fucking nobody can.
Cast instant sorcery. Target a creature with an activated ability that costs 1 or more. That doesn't work.
Okay, so then let's go.
This just doesn't function.
So then let's go to the idea and see if you can come up with anything that makes the idea function. Because what they want is to have a payoff or activated ability, is to spell sling in a deck that has activated abilities. And I think an earlier version of this did have, when you cast an instant or sorcery, float that much mana, it can only be used to activate abilities. And there was something that made me go, no, I'm going to put you in the fucking electric chair. But the intent is, I cast instants and sorceries, I get to activate abilities.
Okay. Then the first way that can function within the actual rules without doing a bunch of weird stuff is just, when you cast an instant or sorcery, your next activated ability costs however much less. And so it has to be a thing that costs 1 or more, and the amount is less than the cost of the spell, and you can activate for free.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you could just clean this up to, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, the next activated ability that you activate costs X less, where X was the cost of the instant or sorcery. This may reduce colored mana. It is still like a little wonky. I think that's your biggest challenge, is making this actually function the way that you want within the rules of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the concept. I really like the concept.
Mojo does have the suggestion of, we could invert it and go, and we spend mana to activate an ability, you can free cast something that's cheaper than the mana, like with mana value less than or equal to the mana spent to activate the ability. Would that work?
That's much better, if that still captures the idea of what you want here.
Okay.
Because that just works straight up. Like, yeah, whenever you activate whenever you activate an ability that costs 1 or more mana to activate, then you may cast an instant or sorcery from your hand that costs that or less, is just straight up ready to go.
Okay. Then those are the two paths in front of you, Alec, depending on what is flavorfully appropriate for Scrag Rat. And then Madra, thank you for the 100-bit cheer and your explanation that you wanted to give spells better radiance. The intent's not wrong. It's the degree to which you made it better that I disagree with. Like, Madra, you do very consistently give these well-reasoned arguments for your intent behind a card, but I don't think I've ever disagreed with your intent. I only ever disagree with the degree to which the pendulum swings in the direction of you winning every Commander game if you played against normal precons. But thank you for the explanation. Next we have Promath, Diviner for Hire, a Jeskai 2/2. If you would scry any number of cards, scry that many +2. Whenever an opponent chooses to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of their library while scrying, make a tap treasure. Tap, you and target opponent scry 1, draw a card.
Cool. Yeah, I think the only thing that I would be disappointed in with this is that there's no support for this card.
Yeah, when I was reading
like this straight up.
This is a cool Scry trade up, and this is the instance where we need a full commander precon that gets us like 10 new cards that let you and an opponent scry, so that this can fucking matter. But the commander by itself is cool.
In fact, like we're making a tapped treasure according to a thing that an opponent is doing. That is straight up white. And then the adding to scry and yeah, like this is there's no red here.
Yeah, give him haste. Slap haste on, we got it. Next, we have Kulvarin, Prophecy Engine. A 5-mana Jeskai 3/5 with flying and ward 2. Whenever you choose to put one or more cards in the bottom of your library while scrying, Kulvarin deals that much damage to any target. Whenever Kulvarin attacks, scry 3. So this gotta be the alternate commander for this precon. How much better is he than the last guy?
He's not. The first one I love so much more. I also really like this, but the previous one is exactly the kind of card that I would build around. This is the kind of card where I'm like, good. This will make it easier for somebody else to build a similar deck.
This is the weenie, not the Weenie Hut Junior card. This is the finger painting card.
Yeah, this does more. This does a useful thing within the archetype that allows you to win a game of Magic the Gathering. The previous one does not do nearly as much of that, but lets me play weirder cards and take more game actions.
Okay, so does this need any fixing or tuning, or is this just nice and good?
The ward on this is a little sus. I don't think it needs it, but I think you could just straight up send this thing. No changes. Yeah, and I do specifically like that it is scry 3. Like, if this thing just read 3/5 flying ward 2, when it attacks, shoot 3 damage, like, that's totally fine. So, yeah, no notes. Send this thing to the printers.
All right, I'm down with that. Yeah. And then next we got Demizola, the Tor Architect. A 4-mana Esper 1/5 with ward 2. Artifact creatures you control have draw a card, then discard a card, activate only once each turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get Crater Hoofed for X, where X is half the number of cards you drew, discarded, or cycled this turn, rounded up.
Whoa. The tracking for this will suck. Half the number of cards you drew, discarded, or cycled. Hold on. Okay, so
Dog's never seen a wheel in his life. Dog's never seen a wheel resolve.
That also, like, there's a little issue there because it's drew, discarded, or cycled this turn. So if you cycle a card, does that count double, or does that not count towards cards drawn or discarded because it is saying or?
And I think that is, I believe that's probably what Elikman wants help with. Yeah, it specifically said, I want more in-depth knowledge of how to fix this. So I think their intent is, it would really be like, at the beginning of combat, you pick, draw, discard, or cycle. You count up the number of cards you did that specific action to, and that is the number that gets cut in half for X. And so you don't call it, oh god, raid incoming. We're gonna raid into this card. Please, please, Lord. not Drawderhoof. Yeah, so cycling is just a +1/+1. It does not count as cycle, draw, discard. You would be like, okay, I'm moving to combat. I picked cycle. I've cycled 3 cards. cut in half. I picked, that. So how would we, is there a way to word that fits on a magic card, or is that a QR code magic card?
One, cut cycle, because cycle is doing the same thing that you're doing, the same thing as the first two. I don't think there's a reason, unless this is designed for a cycling like deck or something, and in that case, get rid of draw and discard and just make it cycling. But it should be, first of all, either just draw and or discard, or cycle. Choose one. The other thing is you need to, you could just do choose one.
All right, I'm shutting you up because we got raided, but you can come back to this in a moment. Dr. Lupo, thank you very much for the raid. We are in the mines trying to fix custom Magic the Gathering cards. You are not allowed to put your mitts on any of these. Azure Garden Development, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. I hope you were having a good stream, my friend. We're looking at Esper Craterhoof right now, and we're trying to fix it. So, Veggie, you said we cut cycling off this card.
Yeah, let's say cut cycling off this card. This makes it much broader. You can build this a couple different ways. And then it's just at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose draw or discard. Creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards that you the number of cards of the thing you picked. There's definitely a cleaner way to do that, but
okay, so I get then the question I have, because this is what I asked Alec Man when this card blew a hole in my brain, was if we get this worded to work with intent, is there any life that this card has other than I cast a wheel, I hope to cast 2 wheels in 1 turn and then kill everybody? Or is that what we get forever and ever?
I mean, yeah, it totally falls into like the Nekuzar problem, where it's like this could be theoretically built a couple different ways. One of them is much stronger and also miserable. There's something here though. There's something here where you can balance it. Hold on.
It's coming to him. It's coming to him.
Okay, so we care about drawing and discarding. Though, okay, wait. I got it.
There you got it? All
I
right.
think. Choose, creatures you control get +X, where X is the number of cards you drew or number of cards you drew or the number of cards that you discarded. Creatures you control get -X, where X is the thing you did not choose.
Oh, that's freaky. Hold on.
So
a wheel is neutral. But if you go,
a wheel is neutral.
But you could be like, I'm gonna dump my hand. That gives me Craterhoof, or I'm gonna draw 10 cards and then I kill you with that. That's actually so hot. It is a
fundamentally different card, but that's I think that is how you make this not be a cool card that goes to die in Wheels Commander deck town.
Yeah, I think it is fundamentally different to whatever chatter said that, but like we do want it to be fundamentally different because right now this is a neat idea that has to go to Wheel Prison. This has to go to Windfall Jail. So anyway,
even a windfall is fascinating because then you're looking at number of cards in your hand and other people's hand to see what the difference is on what you get out of it.
Oh, that's neato. Little McStoom, thank you for the 50-bit cheer. No way we are getting around to. Hey, fucking don't worry about it, all right? We're going at the speed we're going. And Raiders, welcome to the stream. This is a Thursday stream in which we look at custom Magic cards. My friend Veggiewagon is here. He is very good at making cards. And I think that's all I'm going to say about you. Next, we have lands. these are for draft. These are also glow up. So these are lands for draft. Which, if you are unfamiliar with Magic or unfamiliar with lands, these are the most boring cards in the game that everybody and their mother tries to find a way to make more exciting by adding abilities to. So a colorless land that for Naya and tapping it, you can make a little guy that saddles mounts as though its power were 2 or greater. Activate only if you control a damaged creature.
Oh, okay. Because my first question was going to be, where's the red in this? Because by making this a hybrid activated ability, you significantly narrow the number of decks that this can live in. But I don't know. I don't want the red to be there. I want you to be able to play this in Selesnya or Selesnya Plus.
Well, just don't know if it's hybrid, right?
Get out.
This is draft specific. It's not command. This is the opposite of commander. So it is the
okay, this is designed for draft.
Yeah, this is for draft. This is for draft. Yeah.
Okay, for draft. Okay, so then if we assume that this is part of an archetype that is supported between these, I would guess that like the Selesnya archetype is like mounts, and then like Boros is damaged creatures.
I just think it's way too fucking weak. I'm just gonna come in with the overhand swing of if I think I would like rage quit the draft if I picked this up from a pack. Nope. Really?
Nope.
This card is an anti-fixing land that lets me make a guy if I jump through hoops.
If this is designed for limited, then I think it straddles a line of being super broken and unplayable very well.
Okay, so if you get the stuff for it, it's amazing, and if you don't get the stuff for it, you hate yourself for drafting it.
No, actually. Okay. I think this is a totally fine card that I would be happy to have in limited. Because of that hybrid mana, it says, hey, if we're making the general assumption that this is an average limited set where you have 2 color archetypes in every 2 color pair, this is playable in 2 different archetypes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is playable in your Selesnya mounts archetype. This is playable in your Boros damaged creatures archetype. So if the set is designed differently with like 3 color in mind, then get me out of here. This is not good. But for your average set, I think this is very good, very playable, and a build around. I would totally be happy with this as an early pick for me.
You're a fucking maniac. Next we have Shrine of the Back God. A colorless land, Orzov tap, draw a card, lose 2 life. Activate only if an opponent has more cards in hand than you.
Ooh, that's strong.
Yeah, 3 mana, draw a card, but hey, only if I'm winning.
Yeah, so this is like control killer.
Yeah. Cracked on the play. So yeah, this one I would pack one, fucking pick one, and I would hard commit to whatever the fuck was happening in Orzov.
Yeah, this is.
Do you think this needs to be fixed, or is it okay that it's this good?
I don't think that you. I don't think that you can let this go as is, considering we're designing for draft. I don't know. The 2 life is very significant for draft, but.
What if you made it 4?
Oh shit! I was about to say I don't know if you can make this 3 because that's brutal.
So what if we added mana so it's 4 mana to draw the card?
Then it's boring. Then it's just like a million other cards. I'm trying to figure out if you can tune the other numbers, because what makes this interesting is it is a low cost, and you're using other resources and it has this gate on it.
What if they do the orchard thing if you give them a 1/1? Instead of losing any life. Here's a 1/1.
No, because then it's not really, that doesn't make sense for Orzov.
Yeah, Hunted Bone Brute's not a creature. My fault.
Shut up.
I'm just rage baiting you the whole time.
I think you make this 3 life. I think you make this 3 life. The 2 mana and a tap is very cheap for this to be on a land. And in the decks that want to play this, your opponent is always going to have more cards in hand than you. And if they don't, then you don't care to use the ability.
Okay. Next we have Rootway Nexus, a Sultai land, so it's colorless, and then the blue-black is hybrid, but it's 3 mana tap, Surveil 1, return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, activate only if there are 4 or more lands in your graveyard.
Nope.
This one's terrible. Right?
This is
awful. Crack 2.
Yeah.
4 lands in my graveyard in draft?
And then it like doesn't really do a thing. Like it then turns itself off.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 mana to Surveil 1 and then potentially ramp if your self-mill plan is going really well. Compared to the other 2, this seems woefully bad.
Yeah, I think you could like I just want to move. I want you to get the Surveil no matter what, and then it's like if there are 4 more lands in your graveyard, return a land at the very least, because then it functions. It helps to feed itself.
Okay, so Surveil 1, then if there are 4 more lands in your graveyard, return a land from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Right.
Okay. I'm
still not happy with it if I open it.
Yeah. What if it's 2 in tap? What if it's efficient like the Orzov one? Is then it too good?
For Surveil 1, I mean, I guess because it's only in those colors, probably, unless Surveil itself is the mechanic that is one of these archetypes, and then it is broken.
Okay. So then make the Surveil 1 doable at any time, and make the land recur only if 4 or more lands. The ramp is not too good. How many lands do you motherfuckers get in your graveyards when you play draft? What's wrong with you? Who raised you?
I got so stuck for like the first 5 seconds of this on being like, oh my god, you can never print this because this is so good for anything that's not that's not limited. But if this is only limited minded, then this is not playable as is.
I think everybody's reading it activate if there are 4 more cards in your graveyard. I feel like that is an implicit connection that's being made, because then, yeah, holy ramp.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Dockside Market. Colorless land for 2 mana, is it tap? Make 2 tap treasure tokens. Activate only if an opponent was dealt damage this turn. I'm unimpressed.
I think this is totally fine. I think you could, you don't have to make any changes to this card at all to send it. And I think I would need to know what the is it archetype is.
Yeah.
But my other, I think I'm a little concerned about the set as a whole though, because now I'm seeing that okay, there is a cycle of hybrid rare lands. There's also a cycle of 2-color rare lands.
All the rares are lands. Every creature's an uncommon. It's balanced. Don't ask questions. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Last we have Stormwreck Refuge. ETB's tapped, and you can tap it to add mana, or for 1 mana in tapping it, you can make a map. For 2 in tap, you can make a food. For 3 in tap, you can make a treasure. Or for 4 in tap, you can make... Oh no, 3 in tap's investigate. 4 in tap is treasure.
I don't like my gut says I hate this. I don't think you can make a map for that cheap.
My gut freaked out because I saw 3 mana explore on your turn, and I in my head just went no. I lose to that every draft game until the end of fucking time. 3 mana explore on your land, fuck you. If you swapped map and clue, I would not give a shit. Then yeah, then I would be like, oh, they have to be doing weird fountain port thing.
That's also tough to say though, because the place where clues are the most potent is limited.
I agree with that, but then it says 4 mana, draw 1 card on the land.
Yeah.
Versus, which I think is more acceptable than 3 mana.
Hold on, it says better than that though. It does not say 4 mana, draw a card. It says spend 2 mana. At any point after this, spend 2 more mana, draw a card, which is a big difference.
Then is there any token we could put at the 1 and tap slot that would not make us go, oh fuck, we lose?
Ooh.
What about a mutagen token?
I was in my head. I was like, actually, I don't think so.
Blood token?
Bloods were also incredibly underrated for limited.
Junk.
It turned out that those junk, no.
0/1 creature. Lander.
Not for one.
Lander
nope.
token.
No. Clean this whole thing up. Just put everything at 3.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
3 in tap. Make one of these.
I agree with that. That's healthy. Okay. Next, we have Alec Man's normal review. So we're not fixing all of these. We are simply rage reacting. Bellamy, Superior Healer. Esper 3/3, lifelink, artifact creatures, robots have lifelink. Research, when you draw or discard your second card each turn, you may pay Esper. If you do, return a creature or artifact from the graveyard to the field with a finality counter on it.
No.
No, I was about to say if Hashaton hadn't been printed, I would be up your ass. But with Hashaton printed, I mean, I guess it's not the thing you discarded.
No. It's templating on research is off, and you're getting a big thing for a thing that is very easy to do. That's it.
Okay, so too good to get access to the whole graveyard, even with finality counter.
Yeah.
Ami Sensi, point submissions are just going to be reacted to. What is wrong with the templating? Like, what part of this? What is the sequence of words that breaks down?
Whenever you draw or discard your second card each turn is the part that doesn't work. Because it doesn't make it clear on, like, okay, I drew 1 card and I discarded a card. Do I get this trigger?
That's okay. That's what has to be cleaned up. That makes sense. Next, we have Master Sculptor, a 4 mana 1/3, has Ward 2 if you control a non-token artifact creature. Whenever you draw or discard your second card each turn, hammers. You may return an artifact card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a golem artifact creature in addition to its other types.
Yeah, nope.
No.
Yeah.
Veggie hates reanimation.
Especially if there's a theme across these of this research ability, already it's overtuned. Drawing or discarding your second card each turn is just simply too easy to do for these things that you're doing.
I'm gonna put an unrelated image on screen, Alec Man. I'm gonna put an unrelated image on screen for how one might potentially draw or discard 1 or more cards each turn. So what templating would we need to have for the intent of when you draw your second card? You would just say when you draw your second card each turn or discard your second card each turn.
Yeah.
That's the entirety of what has to be. Because right now it's conflating draw and discard.
Yeah.
Next we have Lackadaisical Bibliophile. A 3 mana 2/3 with Ward 2. Artifact cards in your hand have cycling.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
What about when we got this on Ret 2 Mystic? Why is Ret 2 Mystic good, but this is a bitch?
What? Because Ret 2 Mystic made one of those mana colored.
That's fair.
That is one of the biggest things, and then Yeah, actually, that's pretty much the only thing. Fluctuator exists. Great. Now I can cycle my entire deck because I played this one 3-cost creature and this one 2-mana artifact.
Okay, color your mana, children. Next we have
colored mana is very important.
Next we have Tor Enforcer, a 3-mana 3/3 with flying. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a flying counter on a creature you control. Will he crash?
Probably fine. This is probably fine. It's maybe a little underrated.
We're back.
That's we also have this problem though. Whenever you cycle or discard, I like just pick discard, because your cycle. That's the one thing that always happens with cycle is discarding a card.
Yeah, I think the cycling support can be implied. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to label maker put cycle on everything. Unbound Shadow, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Next we have Mantle of the Powers. A 3-mana 3/3 with Flenis. Equipped creature has flying and menace. Research. Second card each turn happens. You make a 3/3 white golem, and you can put this creature on it. The reconfigure is pay 1 and a black or discard a card.
This, I mean, like, it's cool. I same problem. Too much payoff for an easy thing to do in the game, but I really like that concept.
Also, Elegman, you keep bringing up Archfiend of Ifnir. It is necessary for me to impress upon you that Archfiend of Ifnir is a bitch and nobody likes him. Don't you?
Everybody's bringing up the wording. Yes, Magic is wrong.
This is why he didn't get the job. He got in Gavin's office and went, "You really fucked up Amonkhet, man. You really fucked up Amonkhet." Anyway, Archfiend of
hold on. I do have to at least say, like, I was in an interview, and one of the designers, like one of the lead designers, was like, asked me a question, and I was like, "Well, here's how we would do that," and they're like, "Well, I don't think so. I think you would do it this way." And I just went, "I don't like that." And I was like,
oh my
cool.
God,
I'll see you all on my videos on the same job I have already.
Dr. fucking bias over here. But I agree with the general slant of just putting discard on still supports cycling, because discard is going to happen every time you fucking cycle, and allows the card to be used in more ways, which is generally cool. Also, Bobby Christine, hello in TikTok chat. Thank you for coming to the TikTok stream. Next up, Review the Taboo, a 3-mana instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may discard 1 or more cards. When you do, copy this spell for each card discarded this way. Return target creature or artifact card with cycling from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its mana value.
All right. Well, this is both cool and accurate, because it went to print with an extra H in the word "this," so that totally happens already. So Wizard's accurate. I think the only problem that this runs into is like being a breakable build around on stuff in like 60 card constructed, but who cares, right?
Everyone's freaking out in the chat. I don't know of a single creature or artifact card that has cycling that I would crash out about getting reanimated if you dumped your hand for it.
Yeah, because there's like already a card that is similar to this, that like the words on the card are incredibly broken and it is limited to cycling cards, and so nobody has ever played it in their life.
Yeah, like, let me go. This is going to be an Esper deck. What are creatures with cycling in Esper? Who are the best motherfuckers? So you get Angel of the Runes, Archfiend of Ifnir. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Next, you get Cloud of Fairies, Troll of Khazad-dûm, Vizier of Tumbling, Monstrosity of the Lake.
Yeah.
Street Wraith. Yeah, we're crashing out about nothing.
Don't get me wrong. The card is good. Like this is a playable card for sure, but it is not the world crashes down around us under the weight of a Troll of Khazad-dûm coming into the battlefield at the cost of what, 6 life.
Yeah. All right, next we have Golem Quarry, a kindred artifact for golems. This artifact has Ward 2 as long as you control an artificer or wizard. Same research thing, but on research you make a 3/3 golem artifact creature token.
Oh, I got very confused for a moment. I was like, why is this kindred? It's just a creature, right? No, it's not a creature.
Yeah, I think it's not breaking my brain in half, but I think this is more too much easy value, and research, drawing your second card each turn is so much easier than discarding your second card each turn. Like, there's genuinely, apart from splitting the syntax, having to discard 2 each turn is a way bigger onus than having to draw 2 each turn. Because I just get one loot. Go.
Even the fact though, like, sure, discarding is can be more difficult. Sometimes it can be easier, but this is open to either of those options. So it is upside. It's like, okay, drawing 2 is already easy. Plus you have this second, maybe more difficult option, but an additional option means that this is easier overall.
Yeah, like I just run a bunch of looters and then I spam you. I run a bunch of looters and drum bellower. And then you fucking die.
Yeah.
Alright, next, Obstinate Overseer. A Dimir 2/2. Archfiend of Ifnir text. Target creature you don't control gets -2/-2 until end of turn. A cycling cost of tapping untapped creatures and or artifacts you control.
Ooh, alright. Yeah, that cycling cost, hot. I am a big supporter for doing alternate costs to some abilities we've seen before. I think that's very yeah, that's great. I love that. You cannot do -2/-2 for every discard. Not for 3.
I mean, Ifnir does it to
Ifnir 5 mana and does a -1/-1 counter, and people hate that card.
To everybody though. This is -2/-2 to one guy. This is kill a Llanowar elf.
Yeah, but we've also put a non-mana cycling ability onto it. So now it is setting up the potential for play this for 3 and be able to cycle a thing for not mana on that same turn and -2 something for every turn of the game at the very least.
Well, if you played this guy for 3, you can't then cycle him, right? Because
but I would assume there are more things like,
oh, if there's more, so this is the fear of there's going to be more manaless cycling in the deck, and then that becomes fucked up and weird. Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah. This would be one where I would just cut it to cycle. Also, like the discard is, I think, one of the big problems. Like you get this on the board early, and then you discard a bunch of cards, and nobody ever sees a creature on the board again.
That's fair. Yeah, I would agree with cutting it to just cycling. Monument to Enlightenment, a 3-mana artifact. When you research, you get to surveil 2, investigate, or make a 3/3.
Yeah, same thing. These are it's just too damn easy. It's too easy.
I love value. That's very easy to achieve. Next, Arleon, High Magister, a 4-mana Esper 2/5. Ward, discard a non-land. On research, you may return target creature or artifact you control to its owner's hand, and you may have tokens you control become copies of that creature or artifact until end of turn.
Yeah, this actually, you know what? This would be a once per turn kind of thing. And then you don't have to change your research.
Yeah, and then that would actually be kind of fucking cool. Like, I make a bunch of golems over the course of the game, and then I turn all my golems into something fucked up. Battle Angels of Tyr. And then they body you. That's cool. I like this guy as a commander for them. but I think we have to clean up a lot of stuff in the middle. Next up, we have Aegis Athene's non-glow up reviews. These are for draft.
More draft. Okay, cool.
More draft. This first one's not made by them if you get angry. Mithra's Foresight, an instant, can't be countered. Scry 4, draw 2. I vine boomed on my end. You can breathe now. I don't think can't be countered is that relevant for a draft format, but 2 mana, look at 4 cards, then draw 2. Now I see why you specified this was not made by you.
Yeah, I hope this is showing up here because like their friend said, "Oh yeah, this would be a totally cool card," and they're like, "No, I need to pay money so that people can talk about how wrong you are."
I need you to understand. Mythic, scry 2, draw 2, and send it. You're a bunch of fucking maniacs. Stop! Don't let people do this. Fucking. Yeah, 2 mana, draw 2 at instant speed in draft. Get the fuck out of town. Get the fuck out of town. Like, you could have this scry 0 cards and I would shit my pants if I saw this pass to me in a pack.
Yeah, it's...
If you took all the scry off, you took the uncounterability off, and it was just a blue-white instant that drew 2 cards and somebody passed it to me, I would call a fucking wellness check on that person. I would be like, did you have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Exodia card in your pack? Why did you not take this?
Right. This is also the fact that this would be a 4 of in every single control deck in every constructed format for all of time means that you maybe can't have this in your limited format.
All right, next we have Pashona Verdant Shaper, a 3 mana vigilant 2/4, lands enter untapped. 1 in green, tap, sack a land until end of turn. When target creature dies, return it to its owner's hand and draw a card. Holy fuck.
Do we really need more lands you control enter untapped?
Do we need another? The draft format does. The draft format does. This seems like needless ranch on top of this very good effect. Mm-hmm. Losing your creatures in draft is like the most important thing ever. Being able to be like, not only do I get him back, I also draw a card. Fuck you.
Yeah. Because like that kind of effect in limited is going to be used towards the end of the game, and if you then get to recycle every creature forever and draw more cards, then this is I do have an overall question. So we've had a couple of these like designed for draft. Why are you all showing me rares?
There's uncommons after this. The next one's... All right, I'm cutting you off on that note then. Ascendant Explorer, a common, a 3 mana common. They're a 0/3. On ETB, you sack a land to search your library for up to 2 basics, put them on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle.
This is fine. This is fine. If maybe a little too defensive. I think the reach makes it really hard for the aggressive decks to be able to put any pressure on what must be a ramp archetype.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you have to make this just a 0/3, which is already defensive enough.
Next, we have Herd Nurturer, a 3 mana 2/2. Whenever they tap, you gain a life, and you tap to add 1 mana of any color.
Oh, that's fun. I like it. It's different from the average thing, the average 3 mana dork.
And I cut you there. Amazing. I'm also okay with it. Next we have Heavy Tread, a 3 mana instant that destroys a blocking creature and draws a card. This is an uncommon.
I don't think this is great. It's fine.
It's
very fine.
I must be an idiot. I'm taking this every time. I'm in white. I'm like, yes. Go ahead and block me, dumbass. But yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's broken. Next, we have a glow-up review. Build around commander that's attempting to allow a person to build a commander deck that uses predominantly cards from Arabian Knights. Wanted to avoid banding. Just don't know what to do that is unique, but makes Arabian Knights playable. We got to preface this with there are limits to Veggiewagon's mystical powers. I do want to just have that layup before we get too deep into it. This is you cannot just say words. So Protector of Rabia, Wooburg 5/8. Holy shit! Other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is equal to the number of non-land permanents you control from the Arabian Knights set. Whenever you cast a spell from Arabian Knights, draw a card.
This is not enough to make your dreams work. This does not do it. All right, this is a glow up, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is a glow. So how would you make Arabian Knights playable?
To look at the Arabian Knights set.
We gotta do a fucking set review in the middle of this.
I don't remember what the set name for Arabian Nights is, but see, I think your problem here is that the cards from the set are so incredibly unplayable that it does not matter what you do to them. Your one commander will not let you. All right, so what do we have from this set? Oubliette is like the most playable here. And then it drops off immediately. You have one playable card in the set. Kumbaj, which is playable.
You got City of Brass. You got Curd Ape.
But the City of Brass doesn't matter because their design rightfully does not interact with lands at all.
Okay, so we do Curd Ape. We can summon witches. We can. Wow. I mean, there's a 3-mana 6/3. Oh, but he can be stopped from attacking. Holy fuck. We can summon a 1-mana leper. We can.
Like, if your goal here is to spike City in a Bottle so that you can cash out on your many copies of City in a Bottle, then this card is not pushed enough.
I think they just want to play Hasran Ogress. I see your game. I see your game, young fellow.
Let me see. All right. Can we? Is there any saving for this card, for this concept?
Satanic Slumber Party, thank you for the 500-bit cheer. Not gonna lie, the set is buns. Literally don't know how to empower the set at all. Some goals are just unreasonable. You do have to accept that in your life. Like, you can dream big, and also some people on Instagram think they have telekinesis. Sometimes you just gotta give up.
Like, you could honestly print this as you may cast spells that were originally printed in the Arabian Knights expansion without paying their mana cost, and it would still be fine.
Yeah, like these are so bad. And the thing is, it always just comes down to, okay, normal removal spell is cast on this guy, deck ceases to function.
Yep.
I do think the stuff you would have to do is mechanically indistinct from giving this guy 21/21 unblockable. Like, that's how good the banner effect has to be, and it boils down to the same play pattern of, okay, now Arabian Knights is playable because I have this commander. Oh, you shot my commander, I scoop. Fuck
also,
me.
There are only a total of 69 cards in the set that are not lands. So you have to play nearly every single card from the set if you want, like, real synergy with the commander.
the goal with it being +X was allowed to be either creatures or artifacts and enchantments from the set. I understand that. I just don't think it's relevant. Like, what I mean by the 21/21 thing is, like, all of the permanents are so bad that the buff provided to them must be so overwhelming that it's exactly as overwhelming as having a 21/21 unblockable commander. And it just terminates in, my commander is removed. Nothing I played matters. All right, next we have a Arlecchino, but I am going to go piss girl, so I will be right back.
Oh, okay.
If you want to,
I will digest. I'll look at what's going on here. Is this a character from something? Monster from Lies of P? I don't know what this is. What is Lies of P? Like, I don't know what you all are into, but a soul's clone. It's Pinocchio's? Come on. Come on. Are we can't be that far out of ideas. Is this game good? Is this like, did they like Winnie the Pooh this thing and are like, well, it's, you know,
oh no, Lies of P
public domain now.
Shit. Lies of P is dog shit. Nobody lied to him. Lies of P is a fucking dog shit Souls-like knockoff. It is
so distracted
garbage.
How this trying to decide who wants this game at all that I did not read the card either.
All right, Arlecchino. 6 mana, 6/6. Ward, sack a non-token creature. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. If this is the second time this has resolved, put a counter on him, draw a card. Blood Barrage. 2 mana tap, sack 2 other creatures. Arlecchino deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Activate only as a sorcery. This is just
I
too
feel
much
like
shit
the
going
last
on.
ability would work a lot better if it was called Blood Barrage, but that's just me.
Hey man, what if I cut your mic right now? I don't think this is overpowered. I do think it's a lot of words and it's very fiddly, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I don't think it's broken. Gerald, I'm good at Souls games. What the fuck do you mean? Anyway.
Yeah, it's trying to do a specific thing with too many words. Blood barrage could be just like each player sacks.
You don't get to fix. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Too many words, but is cool and is not broken.
Yeah, fair cost.
Next we have a UB review could be tooled for UW. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, in the context of our review, anyway. Make blood tokens hit people. Cursed Womb, Death Painting, Chozo. A 4-mana Rakdos 3/2 with haste. Blood tokens are equipment, and they have when this artifact's put into a graveyard, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and equip 0. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, make a blood.
Nope.
Man saw equip 0, so he was close. Out. Man saw equip 0. Job done.
That's it. That's Job the done. One. That's it. Make it equip 1, and you can send this thing. That's it. You can't make all of your bloods equip 0.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't get Pure Steel Paladin. Next, Sylvos and Visara. Black, green, 8/5, indestructible. When they deal excess combat damage, destroy target non-land permanent owned by that creature's controller with mana value X or less, where X is the excess damage dealt. A creature destroyed this way can't be regenerated.
Ooh, so I was given a heads up about this yesterday. I was given a prompt and I said jam 2 of the pit fighters from the Onslaught pit fighters cycle together in an interesting way.
Okay. Have they succeeded?
I think so, actually. Because it had to, how much time do I have to talk about this?
You have 10 seconds.
Okay. Mana cost, beautiful. The original cycle had 3 pips that were colored in each one. Great. Silvos has a regeneration thing and hits hard and has the same stats. Great.
Shut the fuck up.
Indestructible
Shut
covers
the fuck up.
regeneration,
It's awesome.
and Visaro destroyed stuff. I love it.
I like it too. That's cute. I like that it's Zangief but different. Next, we have Little Mixed Doom, Nightmare King Grim, a 5-mana Rakdos 7/7, Lifelink Menace. They can't attack or block unless you've descended this turn. For Rakdos, target a creature, then mill a card. Grim deals damage to that creature equal to the mana value of the milled card. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn.
Did we really need more Descend?
Yes! I like Descend.
Well, did you like Descend, or did you like Descended, or did you like Descent?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
This is... that's a... Stats and combat already is, like, a little pushed for this, but... Yeah, I like that last ability. It's tricky when you also are life linking off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe yeah. So it's a little bit push stats wise, but I think the ability's cool. Then we have the Radiance, a 4-mana 5/5 with flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a dream counter on this card. Gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of dream counters on this card for as long as you control the Radiance. As long as this card has 5 or less dream counters on it, it's an enchantment and not a creature.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I think the thing that it does is normally something people don't like, but it only does a little bit of it, and it gets more and more problematic as you go on. That gives people plenty of time to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, I like this revised version as well. We've seen this before, where the theft was way more, and I freaked out. Little Big Stu, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. So it's an enchantment creature now. Also, someone in your Discord server said it should be white-black because blue doesn't steal stuff. Name them. They deserve to be shamed in front of the class. What do we mean blue doesn't steal stuff? I'm invoking the wins on this motherfucker.
Ooh.
You can't say stuff that's like, if anybody ever comes in my chat and is like, somebody in your Discord did X, I need you to tell me who and what. Every time. I don't care how minor it was. We can't have people saying dumb shit like that. Not in the community.
I also like the fact that they pointed that out, and really the only thing that I see with this card is that I don't know that the white fits that ability.
Anyway, we got Agumon.
Yeah.
These are Chainsaw Man spoilers, so watch out.
Sure.
Yoru, War Devil. A 5-mana Rakdos 4/4 Weapons of War. Whenever a creature dies, it instead becomes an equipment artifact attached to Yoru, where equipped creature gets this card's activated abilities and +X plus Y, where X is this creature's power and Y is its toughness. Equipment can only be attached to Yoru by Yoru's own ability. Fuck you forever. Fuck you forever.
Well,
Don't you
This is how much talk do I get on this?
Not very much. It's not a glow up. It seems cool in theory. Whenever any creature dies, go fuck yourself.
Who controls the equipment?
But it doesn't have an equip cost. So you can't.
Yeah, but who controls the equipment?
Fuck you, is who controls the equipment.
That's I won't say more than that, but that's the very important thing with this because your creatures are coming back as artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
So they still have everything on them.
Me when I play Phyrexian Dreadnought and turn this into a 16/16. Yeah, I think interesting idea. I am in deep hate of the execution. Next we have Makima, Control Devil, also Little Mix Doom. Thank you for the 25-bit cheer. Wild Speaker, I'm gonna get you. 5 mana Esper 2/5. At the start of your end step, each opponent chooses a creature they control that is not goated. Goad it for as long as you control Makima. I'm already out. Whenever a goaded creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control as a 2/2 zombie. Sacrifice a non-token creature you control. Regenerate Makima.
I actually really like this. It just you can't let it protect itself too.
Yeah. I realize that is in lore, but this is part of why anime adaptations always fall short, because anime characters are OP as shit.
Yeah. Although, I guess the regenerate, it being regenerate is one of the weaker ways to protect.
Yeah,
I'm on board with this. This is cool.
Fuck you.
I don't know anything about this character, and I feel like it's a really good capture of a character that I now assume that this is.
Yes, it is a very good capture of this character. If Veggie thinks it's mechanically okay, I believe you, but he's wrong. Next, we have M18 Hellcat. The Rampaging Bog Beast, a 6 mana Naya 4/4 with lifelink and haste. When they attack, add X mana in any combination of colors. Draw X cards and creatures gain +X/+X, where X is how much life you gained this turn. I mean, fuck you.
Come on, man.
I mean, fuck you, right? Like, no.
This is also not much talk.
Mm-hmm.
The lifelink doesn't make sense here because it doesn't work with its own ability. The haste doesn't make sense here because it costs a bunch of mana. It's so many things. There's too much things.
Too many things. Too many things. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Kaiju Knight. We have a League of Legends card. Cho'Gath, Terror of the Void, an X-mana Jund creature. A 3/3 with Ravenous. When a creature dealt damage by Cho'Gath this turn would die, put a counter on Cho'Gath. Like, instead? Would die? If you would die. So we send you to wording school. As long as Cho'Gath has 3 or more counters on it, it has Trample Ward 4. As long as Cho'Gath has 6 or more counters on it, it has Menace and Reach. Oh, I like that, actually.
Yeah, but I would put the ward on the second one.
Okay, so what would you give it? So you give it Trample and what?
Swap the Reach, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you get Trample and Reach, and then you get I'm even harder to block, and now I'm hard to shoot. I agree with that. I fuck with this. Very nice.
But yeah, I like it.
Very nice. Next, we have another card from Ravenart, Kiana Ixtali Air. Team your 3/3 landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Kiana gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If it's a forest, Kiana gains hexproof. If it's an island, tap something an opponent controls. If it's a mountain, put a counter on Kiana and she gains trample.
We saw a form of this before, right?
We saw a form of this that I hated.
Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, I like this much more. I like this a lot more. I like that the landfall benefits are not... I mean, it's underpowered for a landfall card in general, quite frankly, which I think is good. I like that the lands matter, and I like that the land types matters more than just me cast 3 visits.
I think this is much better than you even think. me checking what kind of what kind of review this is really quick. Yeah, I think it's better than you think.
I would believe that. Landfall cards always are, and that's why I hate them. Next, we have Pedgman's card. Patchouli, enigmatic source of magic. A 4-mana. Oh god, it's Wooburg. A 4-mana 2/5 with eminence. No. As long as eminence, power stones have tap, choose a color from among spells cast this turn, add 1 mana of that color. Whenever you cast a spell, you can pay Wooburg. If you do, make a tap power stone. This ability costs less if you have cast a spell of that color. So it costs 1 white less if you cast a white spell. So if you cast Wooburg, you just get it for free. That's not horribly offensive.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it horribly offensive?
So you cast 1 Wooburg spell, and then every spell that you cast creates a Power Stone token for free.
Oh, fuck me running. Yeah. Never mind. Never mind. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. Go die in a ditch. That's my fault. Yeah, I also think that's not... I don't know what this character is from, but that also strikes me as a flavor fail, because all it does is, what if you shat mana? It's just Wooburg mana shit, which does not impart very much flavor to me. And so I would like if it did more to, like, feel like the character. It's literally just, here's a bunch of mana rocks, go crazy.
Yeah. I do like this treatment, though. I feel like Wizards should do these animated cards.
Shut your ass up. Next, we have Siren's AWACS Galaxy, a 4-mana Boros 2/4 with flex proof. Other legendary creatures get +X/+0, where X is the number of counters on them. As long as it's your turn, creatures your opponents can be the target of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof, shroud, or protection. Ward abilities don't trigger. So counter-based, not true overrun, because you don't get trample, but counter-based Anthem, and then I can shoot things.
Sick.
I'm rocking with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is cute and cool. Why not show that?
This does not need hexproof. This is not need hexproof. That's the only thing. Stop. Don't design with hexproof. Like...
It needs flex proof. Normal review. Okay. This person's take on Mesmer. Mesmer Abyssal Serpent, a 6-mana 6/6 menace trample. When it enters and at the beginning of your upkeep, make a 5/1 snake named Blasphemous Serpent with trample, haste, and decay. When Mesmer and 1 or more Blasphemous Serpents attack, he deals X damage to any target where X is the total power of attacking snakes you control. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. So we saw the lightning bolt on every attack. I'm not sure how I feel about 5-mana shoot on every attack. Minimum.
I think my instinct is actually that this is cool and fair. Yeah, I mean it's 6 mana.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to do more than 5, then you have to hold back these creatures for a bigger attack. Like, that's also fine.
Yeah, so the first swing you get is 10. And then every swing after that is 5.
What?
Because on ETB, you get a 5/1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't have haste. So you wait.
Yeah, it does.
The snake does. Mesmer, I'm sorry, you swinging your 5/1 for nothing like a fucking maniac?
When Mesmer, and 1 or more, that's...
Yeah, you have to swing him with the serpent.
Oh. I still think this is fine.
Here's what I dislike. I don't think it's broken. I dislike when the only thing keeping the play pattern reasonable is the fact that you skipped 4 turns to ramp into them. And this feels like one of those. This feels like one of those, I'm okay with it because you don't do anything offensive for like a couple turns, and then I shoot you once and you don't do anything offensive the whole game. But otherwise...
Even if I'm ramping into this, like, if the offensive thing is I shoot one thing for 10, that's not that offensive. And it does a good job of, like, helping to dodge the problem of these kinds of commanders where it's like, okay, I'll just remove your commander. It's like, all right, well, I still get left with these snakes. At some point, I can either hit you with them or I can just wait until he's ready to go again.
Well, they're decayed snakes, though. Yeah. Like, hitting you with them, so, I don't know. I'm not sold.
I don't know. I am.
We're moving on. Veggie approves. I do not. Throt the Unclean. Normal reviews. 6 mana, 5/4. Whenever Throt deals combat damage, you may put target creature from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a rat. Sack another creature. Add black mana equal to the sacked creature's mana value and gain life equal to its toughness. Okay. Power creeping ink guys. Fuck you. I mean, 6 send it, but also fuck you.
It's not power crept.
Is it not?
Ink Guys has a way to help you to get it through. This does not.
Oh, does Ink Guys have unblockability or something? Oh, Ink Guys also has a regenerate. Never mind. I forgot about the regenerate. I don't give a fuck about the ninjutsu. Seed Mater, thank you for the Prime sub. Yeah, send this.
Yeah, this is just cool. I like it.
Next we have Army Hitch resubmitting some cards I've seen, so I will recuse myself. Byakuya Kuchiki. A 4-mana Boros 3/3. When he enters in at the beginning of combat, make a 1/1 colorless Petal Blade artifact creature token with haste. And then for Bankai, which is 3 mana and then red or white, you can flip him to Senbon Zagra Kageyoshi. Artifact creatures you control have Myriad. At the beginning of combat, make a 1/1. For 3 mana, artifact creatures you control are equipment, and have equipped creature gets +1/+1 and reconfigure 0.
almost had me.
Come on.
You almost had me.
Come on.
Okay.
I gotta spend 12 mana on this shit. Let me have it.
12 mana in pieces, though, is different from 12 mana.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Artifact creature of Myriad is also is pretty broken. This what go play on 3, flip on 4.
I mean, play on 3, flip on 4. You have nothing but petals to Myriad. You cannot ship me a fucking artifact creature I give a shit about that you went like turn 1 it, turn 2 Signet, turn 3 this guy, turn 4 flip him.
Yeah, this I am going to I think say this is actually pretty cool and probably fine, but stop giving your stuff equipped for 0.
Never! Next we have Lysandra Ice Witch. A Esper 2/3 that has hexproof as long as it's tapped. You can tap to regenerate her. Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, make an *5 blue and black elemental spirit creature token named Frozen Thrall. With this creature's power is equal to the number of tapped creatures on the battlefield.
What? Why is this so uninteractable?
That's unfortunately fair to lore. And fair to gameplay. This bitch sucks. You spend most of the time playing against her going, why the fuck is she so uninteractable?
I do like that the second ability does not is not enabled by the card itself, right? Mm-hmm. When you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's just like, sure, if it's true to lore, like you got to find a different way to do this because this is too uninteractable for Magic.
I agree with that. I do think this is one of the most annoying decks I would ever play against. Next, we have Faust, Lord of Demons. Everything but white. I'm already out. I don't like 4-color cards. That might just be me. 4 mana 3/4 with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, choose a 3/3, a 4/1 with haste, or a 1/2 with defender, flying, and death touch.
Jesus. I'm into it.
Yeah, I do kind of want to play it.
This is hot. It does a cool thing. You got some options. It's still not coming out terribly early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Straight up send it.
Yeah, despite my initial I hate 4-color cards, I like this 4-color card.
Yep.
Next we have Kralkatorrik. These are normal reviews. Kralkatorrik is a 7 mana 8/8 with flying and ward 3. I already know this text box is about to make me spit. When they enter or attack for each opponent, make an aura enchantment token named Dragon Brand attached to up to 1 target creature they control. That token has enchant creature, and enchanted creature is goaded. When enchanted creature dies, it deals 3 damage to its controller. It's much less awful than I thought.
Yeah.
It's
a enter or attack. You get one of these for each opponent.
Yeah, I goad 3 things.
Yeah. I'm with it. I think this is another instance of unnecessary ward.
I paid 7 mana, Veggie.
It's 7 mana, but it does the thing on when it enters.
But when you kill it, I don't get to do it a second time. Yeah, I think it's a fine card. I think I would politely duck anybody that had a deck built around this guy. But I think the card itself is neat. I would trust me to build this guy. I don't trust any of you to.
I think that's, I don't know. I don't find any problem with this. I think even the most like egregious build of it is still fine.
Well, it's just that is me remarking on play patterns I like and dislike. So it is not, oh, this is going to be too good. It's just going to, the gameplay loop that we get in, I'm not going to be a fan of, but you are a much more joyous soul than I, and you're much more able to have fun with much more of Magic than I am. I'm persnickety and cunty.
Oh, it's fine. It gets that way when you like are good at the game.
Yeah.
You're like,
right.
Oh,
so I'm never gonna be there. So I gotta build my trenches now. All right. Next we have Virgil, Son of Sparta, a 4 mana Dimir 4/4 with flash. On attack, defending player sacks a creature, then transform Virgil if a lot of guys died. Turns into Virgil Devil Trigger, 5/5 with Menace. Whenever they deal combat damage, he connives X, where X is the number of creatures that died. When he dies, he deals damage equal to his power to any target. That doesn't seem sick enough to me. I like that we tried to get freaky.
This is actually, yeah, this is pretty cool all around. I don't see any balance issues with it at all. It seems very flavorful for, again, a character that I don't know anything about.
So I guess it's, if you transform him, you're gonna get to connive at least for 3. Maybe that makes that better.
I think this is fine. Like it just.
Oh, I think it's fine. I think it's cool. The idea is cool enough that I want it to be a little bit more juiced, but I think it's totally appropriate as is.
No, I don't. I think the juice is there. I think it's harder to see that the juice is there. So you get a pretty safe attack with this because you flash it in. you only have to kill 2 things with all of your mana available to you to get him to transform. So like that should be able to happen. And because it's so easy to get that to happen, like the backside still does a relevant thing. Yeah, I think this is excellent.
Okay,
actually.
You sold me. I'll put Soul Shatter in the deck and then I'll play it against you.
Yep, there we go.
Next we have Good Girl Zoria's The Crowned Growth, normal redeem. 4 mana, 0/0, indestructible. You have protection from fungi. Whenever a non-fungus creature would die, exile it instead, and its controller makes a 1/1 black fungus with this creature can't block. Gets +1/+1 for each fungus on the battlefield.
And then what is this?
Embody is like crew, but you sack creatures instead of tap them.
Oh, this is an enchantment.
Yeah, it's an enchantment.
You have protection from fungi line. Beautiful. This is cool.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is a this is Rendma that doesn't make everybody want to kick you in the chest, which is neato. It's good with me. Thumbs up. Thumbs up from you?
Oh yeah, big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up. Lovely. Thank you, Zoria. Next we have Alexi Kitty, Saccharin, Hopeful Musician, a Jeskai 3/4 with Defender and Flying. At the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, gain an experience counter. I'm about to tweak. If you have initiative, gain experience counter. Each player discovers X, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Make a number of tap treasure tokens equal to the greatest mana value among cards discovered this way. All right. Listen. I don't think the end result of this card is that bad. I dislike the chutes and ladders we're playing with all the different fucking ability effects. How do you feel, Veggie?
I think it's a perfect card.
Of course, your fiddly ass thinks it's perfect. Of course, your fiddly little ass is in love with this thing. I think the end result of experience counter group hug that ramps me if good things happen for my opponents, I like that. I like the play pattern. The words on it make me want to fucking vomit.
I think this is awesome. This is one of my favorite designs that I've seen today, period. I think, yeah, the only issue that this might run into is having each player discover X at the same time is kind of tricky. I don't know how you quite get around that other than like limiting it to a single player or something, but I think this is great. I really like this.
All right, I'm grabbing this for the Hall of Fame. I can't fucking believe this is the one that made it. All right. Excellent. Hell yeah. Why the initiative? So it could be even weirder, Benjamin. So it can be even fucking weirder. Next, we have Brackish Brit Jin, who calls the curtain. A 4-mana Rakdos 3/1 with Spectacle of 2. Menace. He enters with 4 bullet counters. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are no bullet counters on Jin, put 4 bullet counters on him. Tap, remove a bullet counter. He deals damage equal to his power to any target. If there are no bullet counters, this ability deals quadruple damage instead.
Oh,
good? Oh, bad?
I was trying to figure out where we were going with this bullet mechanic. Shoots for 3 at 3. Spectacle 2 is... And it's to any target, so you can just 12 somebody.
Fuck yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you can.
The Spectacle might be overdoing it a little bit.
The Spectacle... Respectfully, I love this card. The spectacle is fucking navel gazing. The spectacle is us being like, Jin's voice lines talk about spectacles and showmanship. He has to have he does not need this fuck ass spectacle thing. Everything else is perfect. Everyone who thinks he's not a 3/1 is a fucking maniac. Do you know how easily this guy dies? Bro is wispy. Bro is straight wispy. He was 100% a 3/1. Every AD carry card I see in this stream better be a goddamn 3/1. 4/1, go fuck yourself. 3 + 1 is 4, idiots. Yeah, dirty and Mojo's got it. Dumbasses.
Yeah, love it. Love it. No changes. Like, you could probably even keep the spectacle.
Yeah. All right, next we have John Nightrain, Wilder, Vengeance of Windwhale, a 5-mana Boros 3/4. At the beginning of combat, choose one. This guy gets double strike, or target creature an opponent controls has to block him. When he would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you can get him back with a finality counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can remove a finality counter. Oh!
Then what's the point of the finality counter?
You can't block with him outside of your turn because he doesn't come back tapped. So this is this seems like a Dark Souls accurate way to do effectively indestructible on your turn.
I think it is just, it's too much to do a thing that is not interesting.
Well, okay. How many hours do you have in Nightrain?
Oh my god, so many hours.
How is this not interesting to you then?
I have not played that game.
Then that's why not interesting to you. I agree that Veggie's right about it being not, the juice is not worth the squeeze, but
right.
But I like it. As a Nightrain player, this is very John Nightrain. How many hours do I have in Nightrain? Like fucking tens, you dumbass. Stop. Mothman, I was an Elden Ring content creator before I did this. That was my thing. You stupid bitch. Stop.
Don't see how well that turned out.
All right. All right. You know what? All right. You know what? Anyway, I've been through the Everdark, you fucking fiend. The Shrike, Lord of Pain, 4 mana, Dimir, and then a colorless on top of it. A 7/5 with flash, haste, indestructible. They can attack during each combat. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, that's a true statement for, I think, most during each combat, like opponent's combat. Yeah.
If a creature would deal damage to the Shrike, instead that creature phases out and the Shrike gains a pain counter. At the beginning of each end step, the Shrike phases out. Remove a pain counter from the Shrike. If the Shrike is phased out, it phases in. I hate this, man. I hate this shit. I hate this shit.
It doesn't work.
Right.
There's so much about this card that
it doesn't work. If it did, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much about this that doesn't work. Let me pretend like it does, and see if how I still feel about this. Why is it indestructible and stops damage to itself?
So you can't kill it. Fuck you.
Why is that flash and haste? I guess so you can flash it and attack during somebody else's turn.
Yeah, I flash it in during your combat, dumbass. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, I think it's probably lore accurate, but it's probably lore accurate to an entity that is extremely powerful. And this is not, well, this card is your fault, Hellcat, but this broad idea is not necessarily your fault, where whenever somebody tries to do a card for something that is very powerful in lore, they make an unprintable card. Because it's like, oh, this is the big bad guy. This guy aura farms, therefore his text box must make everybody at the table shit themselves.
There's a way to make this work, but it would take a lot of time from my mouth that I don't think you have.
That they did not spend the money for. So
there is a way to make this work.
Okay, and then Geo's cashing in their 5th card to rediscuss. Oh, they redesigned Thomas Wraith before we got back to them. Excellent. 2 mana 2/2, flash first strike soul bond. The pairing does +1/+1 and lifelink. And then 1 in white, you get a vampire human to be indestructible.
Why do we add extra stuff?
They did.
I don't know if the...
Oh, the lifelink is new, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a vampire, fuck you.
I guess. Does he turn the other one into a vampire?
No, but that's lore accurate.
Right, but both of those creatures get +1/+1 and have lifelink, so he does not turn. He's not turning.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, I would cut the lifelink. We're being. Yeah, I agree. All right, fuck me.
Yeah, I think I also don't know why the change for colored mana. I believe the original one for the activated ability was just colorless, and I think that's a good choice. Like, you don't want to be stuck not being able to pay the cost for that ability. That feels bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. Before, you wanted them to both get first strike, and that made even less sense. Well, no, Thomas can just have first strike, and they can both get +1/+1. And then I think we're chilling. And then what's happening?
I don't remember. Is there a lore backup for like the exile this creature protect a human or a vampire?
There is for protect Thomas, and that was another spot where I was like, man, this card got to do something. So there is a lore backing for the creature Thomas is soul bonding to Zach Faring for Thomas, and I was like, okay, if we make it that specific, this guy just sucks, so you should let it protect other stuff.
Yeah, I don't. This card is very tricky because a lot of the things that it wants. So we're doing a top-down design because it's a character that already exists.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that it wants to do are kind of overlapping in a way for gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I disagree with the fact that giving the thing first strike is not does not make as much sense, because like his thing is that he fights well. It makes more sense that he is just like, hey, person I'm soul bonded to, you also we're both good at fighting now. I'm helping you to fight, as opposed to I have given you the power to drain life from someone.
Yeah.
that is much that like,
yeah,
that's a bigger stretch.
Yeah, I do agree more with the idea of Thomas. When Thomas joins the fight, he can help you get the drop on the enemy, which is represented with first strike.
Yeah.
And then let me see what we have going on with Michael Carpenter. So an uncastable instant that can only be miracled for the for the change you suggested.
Oh yeah, cast any number of spells that are on an adventure without paying your mana costs. This is just a little nitpick, but I guess that's what we're here for. So this spell, Michael Carpenter will not be on an adventure when the duty calls adventure does the thing, so you can't cast him with that. So you just have to make it. You may cast it, you may cast spells that are on an adventure this turn without paying their mana costs.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like to me, especially if you're making the miracle cost 4, I want to also be able to cast Michael. Yeah, and I'm okay with it being like an absurd number of adventures for that cost.
Okay. That's going to bring us to the end of round 1. Plagoo Doctor, the first button is going to get more redeems added to it. We're not going to add very many because we still went well over my time estimations. All right, I'm going to set some Ko-Fi ones live first, and then we're going to set let me poll chat. By show of you typing, how many people are interested in normal reviews? How many people are interested in glow-ups? So that I know, because we're not going to be able to put very many slots live, so I want to make sure I'm putting slots live accurate to what people wish to purchase. Motherfucker said interest. All right. We're leaning towards normal, but we do have interest in glow up, so I will split the difference.
Okay.
Keys?
Oh, I already saw
one
of
second,
the things.
1 second. What's up?
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
Hellcat, I'm so... I didn't realize this was an option that I would have to actually fix that card. Oh boy. That's gonna be... All right. Hey, look, it's there. We will do it. Can figure it out. That's a tough one to keep the vision and make that function in Magic in a way that would be acceptable, I think, to the design team.
Okay. Everything is all right. Little Mixed Doom, Hellcat, you did not just buy a glow up review. What you bought, there is an option in the shop that allows you to purchase a card review outside of the commissions timeline. That is what you purchased. Since you are resubmitting the same card, I will audible that can be a globe because we've looked at it before. So that can also be the upgrade cost. You are good. I am now going to set the actual redeems live on Ko-Fi. Hold on.
All right, so we have a chance here. Everybody, please immediately buy them out so that I don't have to fix the Shrike.
No, you still have to fix the Shrike. You still have to fix the fucking Shrike. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, I am only putting 5 glow-ups into the ether, and then I'm going to put 5 normals into the ether, and then we're going to put a couple free slots into the ether as well. These are one-offs, so 5 one-offs have been put into the ecosystem. You absolutely have to fix this fucking Shrike.
Oh my god.
Nerd Girl said I get to make you do whatever I want. This is what I want. I want you to make this fucking Shrike work.
All right.
Okay, those Ko-Fi redeems are live. Let me set more channel points live. The Inky Well, thank you for the Twitch follow. Okay, more channel points are about to be set live. I think I fucked that up. Hold on. I made so I made less live. I made less available than were available before. Now it's fixed.
Do I have a Ko-fi? It's somewhere in decked out.
It's somewhere. When you feed decked out, you feed the wagon. We also have pre-roll demons back, so I'm going to hit a manual ad break to shunt people in Twitch into the abyss so that we can have no pre-rolls and no auto ads until the end. Lorekeeper Ash, if you've purchased one, go to the Discord, go to Dear Maldhound, go to the named thread, October 16th custom card review, put it in that thread if you have purchased one.
Yeah. Then does that mean I have like a minute or something?
Yeah, you have like a minute if you need to go pee or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start a coffee brewing.
Oh, yeah, very real. Comment about the League of Legends card. They should mostly have activated abilities you pay for. Jared, I disagree with that. I understand the intent there is to represent the, like, casting the abilities of your league champion, but I think that's trying too hard to make it one-to-one. I think you could have some of them, if they have particularly unique ultimates, you could have a paid cost to represent their ultimate, but I think you can represent their play pattern without having any activated abilities. Like Cho'Gath's. Cho'Gath's card perfectly represented him, no activated ability. Can we give a shout out for cards that exist on Scryfall that are cute with said card and give context? Do you mean in general for every custom card? Because hell fucking no on that, Storm. If there is one interaction you like that you think we're not giving certain respect to, please shout it out in chat. But if I have every custom card review also involve a literature review outside of specific things Veggie or I want to spitball off of, then we never get through it. Geo, yes, I am happy with New Thomas. Yes, Geo, I like that wording. And then Pattern, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub. I don't have a custom card, but what would be a great commander for the mutate mechanic besides Ramos? None of them. It's very bad. I'm sorry to tell you. None of them would be great for it. You could do 5 colors, you could do Animar to reduce casting costs, but if you want to use all the mutate cards, you probably have to do 5 colors and you just have a value pile. No, meaning like, hey, this one card is not played anywhere, so it has a home. I think we are doing that anytime we remember them, but it's kind of a circular, it is a non-stop loop of if the card is not played anywhere, it's probably not at the forefront of our minds when we're coming up on them. I think you were too harsh on Patchy. If you invest Wooburg on a spell, you deserve to get a mana rock with every other spell you cast that turn. That's not true, but I'm glad you think that. That's not true, but I'm glad you have goals. All right, let me look at... All right, the normal sold out. 3 out of the 5 glow-ups have sold out. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know if my Ko-Fi isn't linked to my Discord or what's up, but I'm having a hard time finding that thread for submissions. I'm pretty sure I can link the thread to you. Hold on. Mothman, I'm eating a split pea and chicken stew that Z made, and it's way better than that name sounds. I promise you. I promise you, bestie. I promise you it's sick as fuck. It tastes so good. Oh, I forgot Z got me honey guys, Z's so good to me. They got me honey throat medication. How do I fuck it? I did it. I did it. I'm the goddamn greatest. I'm the goddamned best. No!
All right. I got coffee.
You got coffee? Great.
I don't know if it's going to be enough to fix the Shrike, but we're going to try.
All right, first up we got Madra round 2. Madra is showing you a card that represents Solaris well. Solaris is the commander of this deck you've been seeing from Madra. First up, a Nat, Solaris's Executioner. And they also pinky swear their pod's strong enough to fight against these decks. I believe you, but for the wrong reasons. So we have a 4 mana 0/4. Like I could fight against any of your decks with Rogsai. And that's how
I assure you that my pod was forced to get strong enough.
Yeah, like I assure you, bracket 2 is but a distant memory to my pod because of me. All right, a Nat, Solaris' Executioner, a 4 mana 0/4 demigod with Defender, Trample, Lifelink, and Retaliate. Whenever a creature with Defender you control enters, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control. Holy fuck. Dragon Tempest. Wall Tempest. I'm taking honey medication.
Remind me what Retaliate is?
I don't fucking know, dog. Let me look. I'll look it up in a sec. I gotta drink this honey thing.
Okay. I'm gonna be.
Shoot from the hip.
I'm gonna be real. This is kind of cool. Because it's the number of creatures with Defender that you control. It being the gate on this means that you are able to get big number, which is fun, but you can't just go like, all right, I shit out like a million tokens of whatever, and like
you think.
I'm actually totally down with this. No change.
Retaliate is blocker trample. Retaliate is not a real keyword. This is a custom keyword. That.
Blocker trample does not do anything. Is it like if this has more toughness, then it deals the difference when it blocks? Like, is it?
Okay, so I found it on a different card on Reddit. For there, it's this creature can deal excess combat damage to a player or planeswalker when blocking a creature they control. Yeah, so if you swing a 2/2 and I block with a Nat, I get to deal 2 damage to you.
Okay, sure. I think putting the lifelink on this is actually probably the balance like issue here. Well, the trample doesn't make sense to me then if Retaliate works the way that it does. I don't think you need the trample at all. The lifelink also being able to do that on like being able to do that to the ability is a lot.
Well, Veggie, if it doesn't have trample and Retaliate, when you give your defenders the ability to swing and deal damage equal to toughness, then it can't do overrun as well while it's attacking.
Yeah.
Oh, their commander lets you attack with walls as well. That's why. Because the commander of this 99,
that it's still like that's a that's just a design thing where you don't want to put things on a card purely because another card can enable them. Like in a very specific way, even if it is the commander. Like, I don't know. I guess with the intent that this is a thing like that, it gets a little bit more, but like in general, Magic as a whole kind of strays away from that type of design.
Mm-hmm.
So this to me, I do like the ability. I would not change a thing about it. For me to be 100% happy with it, you just remove the trample, you remove the lifelink. But this is, I would build this.
So I agree with you in the context of if we put this one card into Magic, I'm going to say, Madra, as always, I don't trust you. I don't trust whatever's coming down the pipe. But this card, you have very cool ideas, and this card on its own is a very cool idea. Next, we have El's Vengeance, a 6-mana instant. Active player untaps all creatures that attack this turn and gets an additional combat phase. If this spell was cast during an opponent's turn, creatures they control have lunacy and must attack you if able during that combat. Lunacy is another custom keyword that means they deal damage in the form of milling cards.
They deal the damage in the form of milling cards?
Yeah, in the form of milling cards. Not
gotcha. Okay.
Not in addition, not like I hit you for one and you...
Yeah. Replacement. Okay. And then
Solaris' Revenge, a 5-mana instant that says you gain 2 life for each creature the active player controls. Each creature that has dealt damage to you this turn gets a defender counter put on it.
Cool. I think I like this.
This is the only... Keep going.
They seem like they should, like, aside from the concept of like, oh, here's, you know, the one character's vengeance, the one character's revenge. It feels like these should be separate cards. Like, just design wise, they're a little too complex to be stuck together in this way. Mm-hmm. But I like what they're doing. Like, especially putting that much text onto the red side of this is like a ton. But I like these spells individually.
I also like these spells individually. I think it is interesting to give it's very interesting to give an extra combat in a way that can benefit you, because you go, okay, you get an extra combat, but now you have to hit me and mill me. Which is generally good for Mardu type things. Hello, Macabre and Cheese, or Macabre and Cheese. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Last for this set, we have Dreadful Solar Rays, a 4-mana Rakdos instant, scry 3. When you do, choose any target, then reveal the top card of your library. This card deals damage equal to that card's mana value to that permanent or player. If a permanent dealt damage by Dreadful Solar Rays dies this turn, draw a card. Most reasonable shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Most reasonable goddamn card. This one's dope.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. As a fan of erratic explosion and those types of effects, this makes me happy. I like, in my heart, you take the scry 3 off, it makes this card significantly worse. But I just like this. This is a good time.
I like this one a lot.
And I think well balanced.
Yeah. Aegis, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. All right, motherfucker. Make the Shrike work.
Yeah, that's where we're at. All right. So let's start with the issues that actually exist in making this function within Magic the Gathering, and what seems to be acceptable by Wizards design standards. the idea that it can attack during each combat is, the concept is fine, but we cannot have players making attack decisions on other players' turns, which is why all of these designs have been like, give control of this to a player, but we will goad it, or it can't attack you. It's still it is really disruptive and causes a rules issue if I am choosing an attack on during your attack. So for that to work within Magic-y stuff, you either have to do that and make it make it a Slicer, make it an Alexios, or since this has flash, what you can do is this card, I'm cooking this up as we speak, but I think this functions in a unique way for this card. The Shrike, if you cast the Shrike during combat, it enters tapped and attacking. It enters tapped and attacking. I think you can have a creature on your own board attacking during another player's combat, and you are making that decision immediately. You would have to be like, you can only cast this during the declare attacker step. Because the way that would function is your opponents would make the active player would make their choice. Then you have the after attackers are declared phase step of that phase, stupid magic shit. But then you could flash this in and say, this is attacking, opponent B. And I think there are no major issues with that. So it would still be under your control on your board, attacking a player during another player's combat. I think that is the kind of the thing that we are looking for this to do. If we don't want to make it a Slicer. Then the other rules issue is the final ability, remove a pain counter from the Shrike. If the Shrike is phased out, it phases in. This thing doesn't exist for us to remove a pain counter from if it is phased out. So that
Winasi also has a rules quote that says, if an effect would put a creature onto the battlefield attacking under the control of any player except an attacking player, that creature does not enter.
Okay, cool. Then it
okay, don't fuck me.
Yeah. Then it does have to enter under the control of another player, and you have to then add all of the annoying.
Wait, no. It does enter, but it's never considered to be an attacking creature.
Yeah, but that's I think the important part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How important is it that this is mechanically unique from a card like Slicer? Or if we go back farther, Tangarth, which would...
They said it's fine. If it doesn't attack, if it does enter. Oh wait, it's fine. We can do something like that. So you want the Slicer path? I think the problem is...
I don't know if the surprise of it, if that is a relevant piece of
I think the surprise is the most... the thing that's fucked up about the Shrike is if it's losing a fight with you in the present, it goes and kills you in the past. That is the fucky weird thing. It can go under an opponent's control.
Ooh. I like this. Now we're straying a little bit. I'm going to throw this out there and try not to talk about it too much. Make this a pact. That's super fucked up. Oh my God. So by that, I mean the pact of negation kind of thing. Okay, yeah. So this is cooking too much. Make it free, and then you have to pay for it at your upkeep. So it is going to the past to kill you, and then you have to pay for your spell on your upkeep. That is a different design. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that would be the way that I would accomplish that flavor of the card. Okay. Pain counter phased out, phases in. Cannot work. We or would require like a rules overhaul for that to function.
Yeah.
Man, if you wanted this to actually function straight up the way that it does, you would have to like give an emblem to yourself or something that's like, you may remove a pain counter from this emblem to do some shit to phase in any creatures named the Shrike. Or if we just want to be able to phase it back in.
Yeah, well, I think typically phases out means you phase in at the beginning of owner's upkeep. And
owner's turn, but yes.
Owner's turn. Then I think we could just say at the beginning of each... Oh, yeah, we need to, like... Yeah, how would we... So maybe instead of phase out, at the beginning of each end step, exile the Shrike with... Oh, how the fuck would you...
I think I don't know if this also fits the flavor of the card, but this is an interesting way to template it to me. Is so if a creature would deal damage to the Shrike, instead that creature phases out, and the Shrike, that creature phases out. Period. The Shrike phases out and phases back in when that creature phases in.
Yeah, I like that.
So then it's tied to the actions in an interesting way. You are returning the Shrike at a different time. You have less control over it, but that is interesting to me.
Yeah, and I think it's necessary, because if you have perfect control over this, this is just the motherfucker 8000.
Yeah.
So I like that it has a little bit less control, but it is fighting in a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, non-linear way. I like that a lot. And I'm going to cut you off here, because even for a glow-up, this is a lot. Next, we have Girthy Poro, normal redeem, Venex the Hateful, Rakdos 3/1. Whenever you cast a creature spell from a graveyard or a creature enters under your control from a graveyard, creatures you control gain Menace and Haste until end of turn. And you can unearth them.
Ooh, hell yeah.
That seems tight.
It seems tight. I think you just need to bump the regular cost up a little bit. Because yeah. Like make it like 3 mana. That's super nitpicky. This seems...
Yeah. I agree that you're nitpicking. Yeah. I think this is a cool design.
I think there would be a lot of I think there'd be a lot of decks built around this, both in Commander and in Constructed. I think this is a good time.
Next we have Lobter, Chainsaw Man, 1 in Jund for a 4/2 with First Strike, Menace, Haste. If a creature dealt damage by Denji this turn would die, exile it instead. Whenever Denji dies, you may sack a creature, or you may pay 0 if Denji dealt combat damage since your last turn. If you do, return him tapped to the battlefield.
Sure. I got thrown by like the way that last
ability
was phrased.
It's worded a little bit weird, but it's basically I have a 4/2 who, if he would die, probably no he didn't.
Yeah. I think you have made this a little too easy because of the keyword soup that, like the combat keyword soup that it has. Like First Strike, Menace, and Haste, like of course you're getting in with this immediately. So bring it back for 0 is it's too much. There either has to be like a tiny cost to it, even if it was just pay 1, that is a significant difference. Or don't make it quite so easy for this to get through.
Yeah, take away First Strike or Menace or da-da-da-da-da. I agree with that. I think it is a cool idea. I think it's flavor accurate. I do think pay 0 on combat damage that is 100% happening every time. Yeah, less of a go for me. Next, we have Ezra Bridge. This is supposed to have Vigilance on top. Cryox, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Thrawn, Strategic Mastermind. Everything but green. They're a 5-mana 2/4. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast non-creature spells from the top of your library. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, strategize 3, which is to exile the top 3 cards of your library with strategy counters. At any time you could cast an instant, you may put a card exiled with a strategy counter on it on top of your library by discarding a non-land card from your hand. Oh, brother.
Whoa, shit.
We are this. You need an Adderall prescription to play this commander. That's like... I don't even want to figure out if it's broken or not. That's just way too many decisions you can be making.
Yeah, I like it is broken. That's there. It's very short. Also, yeah, this is Star Wars Thrawn. Is that who this is?
Yeah.
That's, like that, I'm on board with. That's cool as hell. But also, I feel like the Uzan Vong would definitely be would be green, but we won't talk about that. We're gonna get okay. Like their whole thing was like they were biological. Anyway, yeah, that ability is way too broken. You need to put some sort of restrictions on it. It just has to be like not instant speed, and like once per turn you can do this thing. Like this gives you access to so many cards.
I'm just picking from like 20 fucking cards because my opponent cast Opt. My opponent ramped. I will look at 3 more cards.
Yeah. Nobody will ever be able to play this card like with any sort of satisfying speed.
Yeah,
so no one will ever want you to play this card.
Final word, dog. I'm sure you're good at Balatro. Leave it in Balatro.
Yeah.
Next, we have Echo Parliamentarian. I think this is a normal review. 4-mana Esper 1/4. Flying Death Touch. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, make a 1/1 bird. Whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to an opponent, everybody draws a card, then discards a card.
Yeah, man. I'm on board with Falco 2, the totally different card. Yeah, it's very like I do love a good symmetrical effect. I do love a little group hug, but not really.
Group hug until the Sheoldred comes out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down with this guy.
I think this is just send it to the printers right now.
Print it. Next we have Pejman's Yuka, Death Gardener. 5-mana 4/4 affinity for plants. Oh, there's Sultai. Oh no, I am colorblind, I guess. It's Golgari. For 1 and a black or green, exile a creature from a graveyard with a fertilizer counter. If you do make a plant and you gain 2 life, plants you control get +1/+1 for each card in exile with a fertilizer counter on it.
What's this treatment?
Plant.
Is this a real treatment? Like from Magic?
Is from plant.
I don't know. Anyway, I like it. I like the plant treatment. I'm trying to find any issues with this.
I have an issue with it. It's green. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
It's green. It makes tokens. I hate it. It's horrible. It's unsalvageable. Yeah, I think as green like token shitters go, it's decent. It We get to keep the anthem, so we do not like spites concede if we get board wiped. And then if you just shoot the commander, they get cost reduced by the plants I'm making.
Yeah, but it still leaves the option open. Because my one worry was that like this was super inevitable, but like you can shoot the commander to remove the anthem effect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this hits for me.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Then we have more normal redeems from Little Mix Doom. Kassan, Reclusive Sage, a 5-mana Naya 4/4. When they enter and at the beginning of upkeep, if you don't control Kotai, create Kotai, a legendary 2/2 green and white dragon creature token with flying vigilance. Nope, flying and lifelink. Fuck, I'm sorry. I'll slow down.
It'll get it in a moment.
Oh, no, I was right. I was right in the future. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and first strike. So he did have vigilance. My third eye was open. Non-token creatures have defender, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Non-token creatures have that?
Yeah. No, you control. You control. Non-token creatures you control.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Non-token creatures you control have defender, and they all get that ability.
Oh. Yeah, fuck you, man. Vulture.
That counts itself. Like,
it's really just this really big fuck ass dragon's gonna hit you.
Right, but this also causes the problem of like, okay, the threat is the dragon that has this massive buff and a billion keywords, but I just get a new one if you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I
most stop on the end of your main phase 1 card ever. Hey, before you move to combat, we gotta talk. We gotta talk about this dead child.
Yeah, I think I am just worried a little bit about the play pattern, but
I think this gets you bullied, quite frank. As a bully, as somebody who bullies at low power, this gets you bullied, and I don't like that. Next, we have...
put it in worse colors.
Oh, true. Put it in mono blue. Next, we have Command from Beyond, a 2-mana Simic instant with web slinging of 1. Choose 2.
Come on.
Earthbend 2. The ring tempts you. Time travel. Everybody gets 2 rad counters. Why'd you do this?
This is perfect. This is
no, it's not.
This is magic. This is magic now. This is how magic works. And this is you can guarantee that we will see this card in every set from now on.
I hate it, man. You saw the future. Send it to the printer.
I'm gonna take like 5 more seconds to see if there's actually anything mechanically wrong with this. Nope.
Excellent.
This is hilarious.
No notes, Little Mix Doom. Good job. Next, we got Martlet, Royal Guardsman, and Azorius. No, it's fucking Wooburg. And I can't even be mad because they just did it with Donatello. I can't even be like, they wouldn't do this because they just did this. So, 3-mana Azorius, 2/4, Flying Vigilance. On enter or attack, draw a card, then discard for Wooburg and exile from your graveyard. You turn them into... Martlet with long legs. A 5/5 flying ward 3. When they attack, she gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature card exiled with her. Then she deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of non-creature cards exiled with her.
And the other thing exiles 10.
Yeah. You gotta pick a new pile every time. This is a very much I cast Traumatized targeting self deck.
What do you mean you have to pick a new pile each time?
Like if she gets shot, I mean.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
This is honestly, I like this. The only thing I don't like is we wanted to make this 5 colors. Like that does not need to be that way, and you Mauled are right to be to complain, even though Wizards is doing it. It's stupid and cheap.
Yeah, so Q Dynamic and Nevarthans, thank you for the Twitch follows. Yeah, I don't think this has to be 5, but I do think this is neat and cool. And if you flipped it, I think you earned it.
Okay. You do. I make the make the transform not instant speed, which is just a general designy thingy.
Real. Next we have Door in the Eye, a normal redeem, a 3-mana 7/5, but they're an enchantment and not a creature. They're indestructible. Permanents you control are clues in addition to their other types. Wait. I'm being tricked. Where's that fucking kelp?
Nah.
Zoria is cashing in all of their good. Yeah, you can't trick me, bitch. You're trying to use all of your goodwill from all your cool cards for you to get me with Tangletrove Kelp on your lands. Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Get out of here, permanents you control. What do you think?
Also, just don't make your permanents things that are easier to blow up. Like even if we ignore Tangletrove Kelp, which I think is fine for this. I like that's fine and cool. Don't turn all of your lands into things that can be locked out of the game.
That could be Bane of Progress. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that. And the other thing is turn it into a creature by sacking some creatures. Yeah. I think my only change to this would be non-land permanents, and then this card is cool.
Yeah. NGL, I just wanted to evoke, for the sake of knowledge, I will kill every single one of my guys in half of my lands. It's good. That's good art. I don't think it's good magic. Next, we have a Glow Up from Ko-Fi, a commander card, which is an Undead Nun.
Okay.
Wow. What fucking church is she from, man? Holy shit.
All right, so I like this card. I think this card is perfect. We don't have to...
No notes. No notes.
Talk about what it does.
5 mana, 5/5. 5 mana, 5/5. It's not the Church of Auga. We're serious. 5 mana, 5/5. Menace, Death Touch. 2 mana. Barbara gets +1/+1. Then destroy all creatures with X or less power, where X is Barbara's power -9.
Huh. All right, this is a Glow Up?
Glow Up.
Okay. This is a good concept. So it's like she powers up, and then shoots everything.
Yeah, at 10 power and above, she board wipes. So it really wants you to Voltron.
Yeah.
My least favorite thing, I'm going to buy time for Veggie to cook on how you make the card good.
Okay.
But I'll speak to you directly, whoever sent this in. My least favorite thing is that the ability is a really bad way to turn this on. So like if you were trying to build around this, the ability is almost like fluff, and what you put in the deck is Excalibur. And then you activate the ability as a 2-mana board wipe once you have achieved the power thing independently. Which is not game breaking, but it doesn't compel me. I feel like the power of Barbara should compel me. And this just seems like Menace, Death Touch, blank until I play Excalibur.
Yeah. It does run into that. I'm trying to decide if that's an actual problem or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you could swap this over and have it be like +1/+1, then destroy all creatures, X or less power, where X is the number of times this ability has been activated this turn. So that
True.
you get a similar idea where it's like I power up, and only if I power up enough do I then shoot down the whole table.
Mm.
And then you don't have to do the minus power thing, which is a little cleaner.
And then it is, I like that as well, because then it's mana gated for you to just full board wipe everybody instead of like Excalibur. This just says one-sided board wipe, 2 mana whenever I want, which is not game breaking in mono black for that. Like mono black decks are doing much worse things, but for the bracket you would want to run this in, that sounds anti-fun to me compared to. I flip
you've got because you do have an instant speed board wipe or a repeatable instant speed board wipe, and that is a thing that you have to be very careful with, because this is certainly not a high powered commander.
Yeah, this is a bracket 2 ass beater.
Yeah, because if you do exactly what you said, and like, okay, here is easy access to this thing being high, like having a high power number, and then spending 2 mana on every player's turn to blow up the board over and over and over again, then that's like, yeah, that's not fun.
Okay, I second Veggie's suggestion of X is the number of times the ability has been activated this turn.
I mean, like, and at that point, give it like a true shade ability, make it 1 black mana, or make it scaled to the ability itself. So yeah, like +2 for 2 mana or something.
Yeah. All right, next we have a different Teemo card, even though it has the same art. A Jund Teemo. Haste, Infect, Menace. Teemo Scout Leader has hexproof if untapped. The tap Teemo deals 1 damage to target creature. That creature can't attack until your next turn. At the beginning of your end step, make a colorless mushroom artifact token that has whenever 1 or more creatures attack you, sack this token and put a -1/-1 counter on each of those creatures. Ugh, that's so annoying.
I also whoever submitted this has like big shoes to fill after the previous Teemo card.
The previous Teemo ripped.
I think you also run into a big problem of this card having hexproof as long as it's untapped and infect, because it means that if we ignore everything else about this card, you can still like put on a thing that has it deal damage, and you now have a hexproof infect source. Like
yeah, I like this one much less.
I don't have a lot of ways to like ways that I like this better than the other one. I think the final ability is pretty cool.
Fuck
You're
you.
like setting up your traps.
We're moving on. Yeah, it's accurate. I hate it. Next, we're back to 2 cards from Madra. Apostle of El. 1 in a red for a 0/2 defender with Undying, and goad target creature. The target creature has Wither as long as it's goaded.
I see what you're doing here. This is cute. You're giving it Wither so that you can then block it with your Apostle of El and remove the +1/+1 counter that it got from Undying. Kind of, no, because you're goading, so it can never block that thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's true in the 1v1, though.
I guess. And that at that point, this card is not super relevant.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me ignore that for a moment. Goad and Wither at this cost for free for the rest of the game is very strong.
And we're back to a normal Madra card. We've done it.
Yeah, I think that's I like the design of this card. It just needs to cost more mana because it is a thing that brings itself back and goads something for the rest of the game plus upside for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it's not for the rest of the game. I'm saying it is for the rest of the game because you get to do this thing for free.
Tap it every
on
turn.
Each of your turns.
Yeah. Oh, but what if I want to hold up my 0/2 blocker, Fetchy? What then? What then, say you? We have the Evangelist of El, a 4-mana black 2/2 defender, wither, undying. On ETB, goad target creature and opponent controls. See, that's not goaded for the rest of the game. Whenever a goaded creature dies, reanimate it under your control with a wither counter on it and a lunacy counter on it. I'm not happy.
Ooh.
I'm not happy. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not happy.
Like, we'll get it out of the way first. Yeah, it's got too much going on for too low a cost.
Mm-hmm.
However, goaded creature dies, bring it back under your control. Hot. That is the part that I would focus on here. Take everything else off of this. Other like be ETB, goad something, goaded creature dies, reanimate it under your control. Done. This card is cool as hell. The other stuff is just too much ranch.
I agree with the ranch assessment here. It's so many cool ideas drowning in value keywords. Yeah, we stripped everything else from it. Goad means I can rob you. Goad might be playable. Brilliant.
Yeah, especially considering we know that the rest of the deck is like goad. Every card goads all the time.
Right. All the time, forever. Okay, and then next we have Abhorrent Ascendance's normal review for Carry Uridine Rocker Boy. 4-mana Gruul 3/3. At the beginning of combat, if a saga you control gained a lore counter this turn, creatures you control gain +1/+1. At the beginning of if a saga you control enters the graveyard from the battlefield, creature spells you cast have Riot. I really pride myself on being able to parse intent from any wording I'm given on a card. So that has to be upkeep in the second thing.
Nope.
Wait, second main phase? Or maybe main phase 1. Main phase 1 or 2.
It's still like very. Let's assume. I think the intent makes sense. It's like, hey, if a saga you control went off this turn, then creatures spells you cast have Riot, right? Like that seems to be the concept. So then you can just do it. You don't need a beginning of anything. It's just if a saga you control has entered the graveyard from the battlefield, creature spells you cast have Riot. This turn.
Oh yeah. I think that's cool. I don't think that's overly powerful.
Yeah, I think that line's great.
Yeah, Riot's dope. Give more shit Riot.
Right, and like that's so. Oh god, that's so flavorful. It's like, hey, did I finish my story? Which is, the concept of saga. Yeah. Cool. Everybody's all riled up now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fuck with that. Next, we have Footgroose, a glow-up redeem. This is a boss spoiler for Silksong. If you don't fuck with Silksong spoilers, get out before I get you. We have Broodmother, Warden Matriarch, a 5-mana Mardu 4/4 with Flample. First time an opponent commits a crime each turn, make a 1/1 black insect with flying. Put a warrant counter on Broodmother. As long as Broodmother has 3 or more warrant counters, the tokens they make are 2/2s with flying and first strike. As long as Broodmother has 5 or more warrant counters, the tokens she makes are 3/3s with flying, trample, and first strike.
Oh.
I think that's cool.
It is cool. I don't know. Is there a reason that this cares about crime, like canonically?
Probably. The Silksong people are very. The thing I worry most about it is the only way you can make it happen is crimes. And so this can be, so the chance for this to be an absolute do-nothing commander is non-zero, and that always makes me sad, especially for the Mardu players.
I disagree. I think this is a really good way to do it because the commander already does it is at least a 4/4 flample on its own. And then crimes, sure, we talked about them not happening a million times per player turn, but they are a thing that will come up frequently enough where even if my opponent has to make a decision on like, oh, but I really have to remove that thing, that being a little benefit for you, I think is actually good design for this.
I think it's good design. It just makes me sad that they can get at least a 4/4 flampler is a crazy sentence, you fucking limited player. First and foremost, you fucking limited player. 5 mana. At least you get a 5 mana 4/4. A green player just threw up in the corner of my room. So I really like the crime design. I just get sad for you if you play this like a turn too late and people are done committing crimes and they just beat you to death.
They won't be.
There you go. Perfect card then. Next, we have Lorekeeper Ash. Normal redeem for a VTuber. Ashlight, the Lorekeeper, a 4-mana Jeskai self-insert that is a 3/4 with Ward 3. Each non-land card in your hand has Foretell. Paradox, whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, goad target creature an opponent controls. Okay, motherfucker. Chris Pine is still alive.
Yeah, but he's not good enough. I like this.
Yeah, that's true. He's not good enough.
I wanted this ability as a commandery thing for a while. I think this is a good and clean execution of it. I think it is an instance of unnecessary ward. Foretell can be done at instant speed, or it can at special action speed, as far as I understand, on your own turn. So we don't need to give this ward. It will be able to do the thing that it wants without people killing it before you can.
Mm-hmm.
But this is cool.
Yeah,
we did not overdo it.
I fuck with it. Edgin is also 2 weeks, so even though you're eating his lunch does deserve to be eaten. Next, we got Ed, and Eddie.
Ooh.
Is it for Ed, and Eddie? 3 mana, 0/3. Scam of the day. The first, second, and third time you commit a crime with another card each turn. I don't think with another card each turn matters.
I see what you're doing.
You make a tapped treasure, draw a card, then discard, or deal 3 damage to any target. So you can't use the 3 damage to just auto retrigger.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, so treasure is we're getting money for the thing that we've done. Draw and discard is a little bit of knowledge and 3 damage. Yeah, this I mean it does seem Grixis, but I think that's the only other thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Grixis for the spiritual color identity, but I think the mechanics are cool and fun, and it is not broken, and I would play it.
Yeah, you also need it because it's 3 characters that are clearly each of the colors. Like Double D is black, Ed is red, and Eddie is blue. Like that's just it, right?
Okay, next we have Luffy, Future Pirate King. This is a glow up. Oh yeah, to have you help with templating. So it's Gruul 1/1. For 1 in Gruul, target a creature an opponent controls. If that creature dies this turn, make a treasure. Luffy fights them. You can sack a food token to give Luffy +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever Luffy fights a creature with at least as much power as him, put a 1/1 counter on him at the beginning of the next end step.
Okay, and this has got something specific, right?
Well, what they want is a way to have Luffy technically fight something that's as big as him while being able to give him the food buff before Luffy fucking dies.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. We can make that happen. So yeah, because it's when we want to say, all right, this is going to fight, and then on top of that, we sack food to make Luffy big enough, right?
Yes,
That's
and
the
that
idea.
needs to count as Luffy fighting a creature with as much power. So like Luffy has to be a 1/1, fight a 1/1, become a 2/2, and then get the trigger for fighting a creature with as much power as him.
Okay. I mean this already works, right?
Oh,
so
interesting.
you activate first.
There's the
I guess
okay.
no, because the fight has not. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We can make this function.
Excellent.
Ooh, it's tough.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
all right. Hold on. I think they would not like this design. Like, I don't think Wizards would like this design, but I do believe it functions correctly. So you have to give Luffy the bonus after the fight happens as part of the same ability, so that state-based actions are not checked.
Okay.
So it would be, yeah. This again, to be clear, this functions. This should work. Wizard would not print this because it requires specific knowledge of the rules.
Because they're cowards.
Yeah. So you get rid of the sack of food ability entirely. The first ability is choose target creature an opponent controls. When that creature dies this turn, create a treasure token. Luffy fights that creature. Then you may sacrifice any number of foods. For each one, Luffy gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That is blocked off as one ability. No delay triggers or anything. The reason that this works is the fight happens. Then the boost happens afterward. I guess this is still functionally different. Anyway, the fight happens. His toughness can go to 0. You then sacrifice enough foods to bring it up past 0, and then state-based actions are checked, and it says, "Oh no, he's cool."
Yeah, okay.
What it doesn't do, though, is it doesn't give him the actual boost before the combat.
Which I think is fine. I think what they wanted it to be more Luffy crashes out on someone as big as him, and then is able to rubber band back with the food. They didn't want it to be like, oh, I target a thing, get a delayed counter trigger, and then smash you with a fucking 10/10 or whatever. They're okay with it being Luffy fights a 2/2 as a 2/2 and then gets his counter. They just didn't want him going into the abyss.
Okay.
So what you said in that sounds good to me.
That works. I think I would struggle to find a way for the templating to work intuitively for your casual player. But that one does function the way that you want.
Yeah. I like that. That's dope. Next we have Storm v. Rider. Elikman wants to know if you love Fortell, because he has an entire custom Fortell precon he can send you the next time I rope you into one of these.
The short answer is no, I don't love Fortell, but it is a way for me to do some things in the game that I wanted to do, and there's just not a consistent enough way to do them.
Yeah. All right, we got Zerathine, Flock Mother. Is this a normal review? 6 mana, 4/4. Whenever a creature attacks you, make a 2/2 unless that creature's controller plays 2. Other sirens you control have, whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, that creature's controller loses a life and you gain a life. Oh, that makes me want to spit, but it's 6 mana, so it's probably fine.
I think this is kind of sick. It is.
Of course you do, you little rat. You little.
Yeah, I think this is fairly costed. I think it gives it's like a propaganda effect crossed with a tower end, and then you have that part on the end.
Mm-hmm. I do love a seesaw propaganda, or like a payoff for propaganda that is different from I stay home and don't do anything. Like the, oh, you still get to do it, I just get something now.
Yeah. I think my tiny nitpick is the last thing. I kind of want it to do something different. Both abilities are like, no, don't attack me. I want it to synergize differently, but I don't have an immediate answer on what that would be.
And that's okay, because this isn't a glow up. We both think, well, Veggie thinks it's very cool. I think the first half is cool. Next we have Ahriman, Great Majin. 6 mana Demon Spirit. They're a 10/6. Holy fuck. Forbiddance. When they enter and at the beginning of your next upkeep, choose one until your next turn. That action is forbidden. It can be attacking you. It can be targeting you with a spell or ability. It can be targeting a permanent you control. Hell's Call. Whenever an opponent does a forbidden action, Ahriman deals damage equal to his power to that player. Woof. So a 10 life tax on whatever thing I like least.
That is, this is a good design. This is a good design. The 10 is, I think, maybe overtuned, but I kind of want to just say you're good. Because like this thing itself is still very shootable. You just take 10
yeah.
but that's only if you've chosen that thing.
Right. And like, frankly, if you put this in and you go targeting a permanent you control, and I'm like, oh, holy fuck, I don't want that, and I have removal, I just do it when the Forbiddance trigger is on the stack, and then nothing happens to me. So it is eminently shootable, which I think is...
it still works. If the Forbidden is on the stack and they shoot it, it still works.
Really?
Yeah.
That what? How?
The ability's already on the stack. It doesn't need to be
It doesn't need to resolve for it to be forbidden yet?
It is last known information.
No, I'm talking about like Ahriman enters, I have a trigger to choose one. I'm saying respond to that trigger.
Okay, then yes.
Yeah, like I'm saying if I'm holding swords and I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna say I can't shoot his guy. You can do that. Yeah, okay, yes, I'm aware. Oh, you motherfuckers! I'm very angry. No, he doesn't need ward 2 or 3. I think this is very funny as it is.
Yes, I think you send this no changes.
Yeah, you send this no changes because it's a 6 mana Mardu card. If they let you do this, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much time to get an instant speed removal spell in your hand for this big dumbass.
Yeah, I'm down with this.
All right, next we have Mothman Gerald's. You're bald. God fucking damn it. 5 mana green enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of this enchantment. At the beginning of your first main phase, put a bald counter on something you control. Creatures you with bald counters on them get +2/+2, banding, are goaded, and lose all abilities.
This is this is great. It's a perfect card.
Fuck you.
And my only thing is trying to think of if there was any better way to represent a bald creature.
Go fuck yourself.
But I don't think so.
There's not.
Yep, this is it.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is the one.
Wipe red. Gorgeous. Glow up for Ursula. A 5-mana 2/6 with Shroud. Whenever she enters or attacks, target creature and opponent control loses all of their card types and becomes a saga. With 1, you make a tap treasure. 2, you lose life equal to this permanent's mana value. And 3, target opponent who owns Ursula creates a copy of this permanent, except it's a creature, and loses all other card types.
Shit.
shit ass fuck.
All right. This concept is pretty sick.
Yeah, it rocks.
You're turning opponent's creatures into songs.
Mm-hmm. You can't just turn a creature into a saga. Once we're done with it, hacker, yes we can.
You absolutely can turn a creature into a saga. There are certainly some larger rules implications with that. I think, you all are correct to be Shroud haters. Like, as much as we all don't like Ward, that is the functional replacement that you should have for Shroud. Shroud is not fun. I also don't think this needs any sort of protection. It has an enters trigger.
You are in blue-black?
Right, you're in blue-black, but also this is not the type of thing where people are like, oh my god, I can't let them do that or the game is over.
Yeah.
Like, this is, this will live. So get that out of there to make room for all of this ridiculous rules text. Like, we're going to ignore the fact that you cannot do this. That the tracking for this kind of thing is not... It would be problematic for gameplay. But if we pretend like that's not an inherent issue, turning up other things into sagas, cool.
Yeah, to King Cow's point, it does not take away everybody's commander. It will kill them for a long time, but it will not steal them because Ursula is making a copy of them. It's annoying as fuck. It is, you don't get your commander for, let's see, the turn I do this to you, but if I do it on my turn, you go to 2 lore counters on your first turn with it, and then your next turn it dies. So it's really just 1 extra turn of no commander. Because it gets a lore counter when Ursula sagas it, it gets a second lore counter on your turn, and it gets its 3rd lore counter and dies on your next turn. And yeah, if you have a commander that it just has a bunch of triggered abilities on it, you keep all those. Because it loses card types. It doesn't lose all other abilities. Won't get a lore counter on target? Yes, it fucking will. The last line of text is that saga gains its first lore counter. Don't chat to me.
Yeah, I almost want to say, like, you lose that last line.
Interesting.
Just have it gain its have it gain its first lore counter on that player's turn. Slow this down a little bit. Because you get if we're gonna give this Shroud, it certainly cannot have that last line. You need to give people time to figure out what to do, or totally remove Shroud, no ward, no nothing. If you're gonna only give them like one real rotation to figure out what to do before their creature dies, and you get a copy of it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy this this concept. That's what I got. The only other thing I could say is how the third one doesn't really quite function, but
yeah,
the third chapter.
I do think it's cool. I'm in favor of Kill Shroud. How is it dealable with at all? Glass Geo, do none of your commanders have activated or triggered abilities? Like, so many decks just keep working underneath this. Like, you lose a little bit of life, but like, my Vivi deck, for example. Vivi keeps... Maybe Vivi stops working because you can't put count because it says like on Vivi. Maybe it keeps working enough. But like so many... No, we're moving on. Remelia, Scarlet Swarm. 5 mana. 5 mana 4/4 with flying and lifelink. Ward, Sack of Blood. Other non-token, non-artifact creatures are blood artifacts in addition to their other types and have blood token text. Whenever blood is spilled, motherfucker, create a 1/1 vampire bat with flying and lifelink. Blood is spilled when a player is dealt damage for the first time in a turn or when a blood token is put into a graveyard from the battlefield.
Hey, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Stop saying it's kind of cool when they do annoying shit, Veggie. You can't clap. You can't clap. Yeah, I fuck with it. Blood needs it.
Yes, I think the my one tiny thing would be whenever a blood is put into a graveyard from the battlefield is too strong for blood being spilled. It that breaks a lot of things with this since it turns all your stuff into bloods.
Mm-hmm.
You just need it to be if a blood is sacrificed.
Yeah. I agree. Next, we have Aegis Athene. This is another glow up. This is 4 draft. This is a 4 mana 2/4, an uncommon that says for 2 mana and sacking a land, target creature gets -4/-0 until end of turn.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's fascinating for draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I'm seeing a lot of immediate responses. This could be a common, and I don't think that that's true. Because what this does say is I can win combat whenever I want. It comes with a significant price, but it like that. This card drastically changes the dynamic of your limited game when it is on the board.
Yeah, just like, hold on, let me find a Final Fantasy common. Much like Bard's Bow, as it introduces a creature with reach to the battlefield.
No.
Fuck you.
This is also the kind of effect that is kind of strange and hard for players to fully like understand how to play it, which would be a big reason not to put this at common.
Yeah.
It's harder to make a full judgment on this without seeing the greater set. I am fascinated.
Yeah,
I think I would be suckered into playing this card a lot.
Yeah, I do think this would get me to try the archetype. I would be like, oh, that looks so frustrating. Oh, that looks like it will make the other person rage quit so quickly. And then I would pick it up, and then I would go 0-3, and I would be happy about it.
Yeah.
So no changes, print.
No changes. Print. If I have to make a call without seeing the set as a whole, definitely keep it at uncommon.
Okay. Next, we have more Silk Song spoilers. This is the Scar Singer's statue, a 1 and a white. It is a shrine enchantment artifact. Amplify insects. As this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each insect card you reveal in your hand. Other shrines you control have Amplify Insects 1. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player you've already dealt combat damage to this turn, transform this. You get Scar Singer Carmelita, a 3/4 with first strike. Planes are shrines, in addition to their other types. Shrines have Amplify Insects and are insect creatures in addition to their other types. And for red, target creature blocking or blocked by Carmelita loses first strike. I've got 18 different flavors of no. How excited are you, Veggie?
Whoa. You had me in the first half. And then this part went a little off the rails.
I'm going to echo what you said earlier about don't make your lands things that can be blown up really fucking easily. Yeah, I do think this murders all your planes.
Yeah. That's the big one. Also, this is like it's like 3 layers of thing to get the flavor, I assume, of it, and like that can definitely be simplified down. Is this a big talkie or a little talkie?
Let me look.
That first line did so much work for making me happy. The Amplify Insects 1, and then you lost a lot a lot on that second
little
second half of the card.
Amplify Insects is a very cool idea, Weevil Underwood. The rest of it,
that's a real keyword.
It is?
Yep.
God damn.
That Amplify X is a real keyword that has not shown up since Legions.
Wow. Yeah, the front half is cool. Amplify Insects is neat. Having the hoop be, I need to hit you with double strike, or a creature with first strike and then a normal creature, okay. But it's quite a hoop to then wipe out my own planes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to resist. I hope that we're nearing the end of the cards, but the thing for me here is the backside. I really wanted this to be shrines you own in any zone are also insects as part of it, so that you can then use your shrines in hand to amplify insects. Shrines you control have amplify insects. And not even the ones that you just control. Give it to them in other zones.
Yeah. And then everything's a bug.
Yeah.
Then we have bug
cut
shrines.
the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am happy to inform you, Veggie. That's the end of all the cards. So that's gonna be where we end it for today. Only 11 minutes over schedule. So thank you all very much for being here today. We're gonna raid out for the day. Make sure that if you're not following Decked Out or at least aware of Veggiewagon already, get yourself aware. Veggie, thank you for being here.
No problem. I do genuinely enjoy this, and thanks for having me.
It is very fun and extremely funny. Let's see who's live to do a little raid on. I fucking saw Decked Out pop up because I clicked following and I was like, ooh. Because I am hopelessly dumb. I'm going to raid Girls Play TV. They're doing a Pokemon game.
I like them.
Yeah, they're nice. The raid message is going to be stop remaking Cormispell. They won't know what that means, but we will. Thank you all for being here. I'll be live again Saturday doing deck reviews. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you for supporting this stream. Thank you for supporting our content. and I hope you're having a good week. Goodbye, everybody. YouTube, that's just
Bye.
it for us, but I will see you again Saturday.